Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Look at that, I'm not a Dark Souls streamer once. I can play other games. How you been doing? Unexpected? Why is this unexpected? I literally said I was going to be playing this when it came out. Multiple times, even. You were fairly warned. Unexpected. You just ate dinner. I did that a few hours ago, if you can call it that. I don't think something... If no cooking was involved, I don't know if it counts as dinner. But, it had enough calories in it, so there we go. The math checks out. Chad, have you ever realized that food is nothing but math? In fact, most things really are. Right, food is nothing but a math problem. Calories in, calories out, you know? Nothing else matters. Thought it'd be tomorrow. I was actually thinking this game came out tomorrow as well, because this game has a weird release, because it's releasing globally at the same time across the world, so that means it's accounting for it already being, February 4th in one half of the world right now. So for us, where it's still the 3rd, so it releases, at like 7 p.m. to us, for us here in the northern hemisphere of North America. But hey, I don't mind. Got it in my hands, playing it. Got it in my hands. It's a digital version. Hey, what's up, Hart? How you doing? Hope you've been well. So, reviews for this have been pretty okay from what I saw. I didn't see anything that's like, oh, he really disappoints. Then again, I'm not huge into Dying Light either, but at least it's gonna live up to the first one, I suppose? Maybe? Is Roger Craig Smith in this game? No, he died in the first game. Be very strange for him to show up. Well, he died in the first game's DLC. I do well and downloading this game currently. Is it taking you a while? I've gotten used to like my actually pretty good download speed, so it only takes me like 10 minutes to download even like a full-size game. Assassin's Creed Valhalla got pretty good reviews. Yes, true, you're right about that. You can never trust reviewers. Also, Blue Joshua, thank you for the 59 months, man. Jesus. Hello, I believe this is going to be fun to send. I think it should be. The last one's pretty fun to send. Apparently, according to Jim, I actually predicted this game's release date today by releasing my Dying Light video exactly 2 years ago to the day. How about that? That'll never happen again, but hey, it's a fun little factoid for you to share with your friends and family. Go on, spread the love. Hey Dart, hopefully I can stay awake but haven't slept for just under 24 hours. Dude, go to sleep. Don't worry about it. The VOD will be there. But yeah, don't, your body is like telling you like, don't watch it, go to bed. Am I playing this on PC or PS5? I'm playing this on PC. If I'm gonna play a first-person game, I prefer to play with a keyboard and mouse. 25 bits didn't ask me anything video with the devs. They said none of the characters from the first game are in this. I mean, it's years later, right? And it's like, is it the same city or is it a different city? I wasn't sure about that. But yeah, I mean, what was your favorite Dying Light 1 character? Was it the bad guy who died? The main character who died? All the other characters who died or were uninteresting? There weren't that many, like, memorable characters or any of them that lived. Didn't they all? I'm pretty sure, like, most of them, died. What are my expectations for this? I expect to, be drop-kicking a lot of enemies, zombies across the place. I'm also going to expect that the zombies won't be the bigger issue, it's going to be the humans again. Because in any zombie, game story, it's always the humans that are the bigger threat, right? Zombies are just there, like, to fill in the space between the humans. Also, the next Resident Evil is going to be called Ioxitid? What? I'm not sure what that means, and where you're getting this information from. But thank you for the 100 bits. It was whatever weapon I had at the moment. I'll be honest, I wasn't looking forward to fighting the main character. I just remember he's like a guy with a, facial hair, and he, had the cure, or something like that. Or well, maybe it wasn't the cure, I don't know. He's like, I'm the villain, I cut off my men's hand, and... Rawr. He wasn't memorable. No one really cared for the story in Dying Light. But hello, everyone's showing up. Good. This is the first research stream I've done in like a month. How about that? I've been just stuck on Dark Souls for a while. So I actually got to do a YouTube announcement. Remember absolutely nothing from the first game. I just remember Roger Craig Smith, also known aka, Chris Redfield, parachuting in, immediately getting bitten by a zombie. So he apparently really sucked and was a bad person for the job. And then he spent the rest of the game doing chores for everyone until it just ended. Hey baby, what's up? No, not sure why I'm being referred like we're in a relationship. Look here, baby. You cared? I mean, just kidding. See, even you had to, like, take that back. No, not really. I just like, parkouring over zombie heads. Surprised you have Dying Light 2. You realize you can, you yourself, you, Mr. Death Note, average citizen Joe, can buy it right now as well, right? This isn't some special privilege of mine. I can call a YouTuber, get, copy early. I bought this right when it came out. I've never gotten a game copy early, actually. I guess I'm not the kind of content they're looking to see, like, made on release day. Surprised there was a stream happening today. I wasn't planning to stream today, but then I found out this game was releasing in America on the 3rd instead of the 4th. I was like, oh, I guess I am streaming today. Might lose power tonight. I might lose power as well, because it's been raining all day, but supposedly we're supposed to get ice and snow, but it hasn't happened yet. It's just been, wet. Just wanted to say I love your videos. You have a few fans here in France. Hey, love to you over... Actually, there's there's pretty regular people from France in my streams as well. Infected, I think, is it Infected? I think Infected is French, right? But much love to you in France, my man, and thank you for watching my videos. Glad you enjoy them. I will keep trying my best for you. Last time I was here, you were playing Guardians of the Galaxy. I missed you guys. I missed you too, Yassine. We've been mainly playing Dark Souls. I've been working my way through those games, to prepare for the upcoming Elden Ring. But glad you're back. We're playing, it's a research stream again. I think my last research stream might have been Guardians of the Galaxy or something. Am I going to send video or this is going to get a send video? I mean, it was up for vote and everything. Over here, yeah, I think it's only like the Midwest and like Central U.S. is getting hit hard by snow right now, right? Where I am, it's still just like rain. So Dying Light 2, 1, yes. Not really surprising, to be honest. I just dribbled tea all over myself because I opened my mouth to talk when I had it in my mouth. Gotta learn from porn. Don't speak when you got something up there. There's a lot of things you can learn, life lessons you can learn from pornography. Just let that hang in the air as a heavy statement. So, okay, I've done my announcements. And yeah, so, here the game. What game were you most excited for this year? Right now, God of War Ragnarok, I would say. It's like the one I'm most interested in. Also, but I'm kind of like holding out that maybe Starfield would be pretty good, even though it's the old Bethesda open world game, who knows. I did watch that Ghostwire Tokyo, showcase today earlier. Looks a bit weird, but I'll definitely be playing that when it comes out next month. Midwest got bit slapped by snow on Tuesday night. I got a call from my boss not to come in. Yeah, well, you live in Chicago, right? I mean, it's like, you live in like cold 6 months out of the year, right? Over there? I mean, like I said, I'm just getting lots of rain. So we'll see if I get anything. How much centimeters of snow in Texas? I mean, I'm not living in Texas, so I don't know. How much are they getting in Texas right now? Also, if you actually ask for someone for centimeters in Texas, they might actually run you over with a car. Centimeters! By God, we use inches here. By God, inches. Damn Europeans. Did I see that Suicide Squad got pushed back to yes, Suicide Squad video game got pushed back to 2023. Waiting for Elden Ring, only 20 more sleeps. Is that how you count it? Like, only this many sleeps left? I like that metric, actually. I got this many sleeps. I mean, in the olden days, we're like, I have only a few summers left to my name before my time has come, young one. I can see that working. Sorry, I'm Canadian. Oh yeah, sometimes I forget Canada. Also use the metric system. How come you just couldn't follow the cool kids like your neighbors and stick to the, vastly inferior, imperial system? There's actually a funny reason why the U.S. never switched over to the metric, and that's because on the ship that was carrying, like, the weights, the metric weights from Europe to, like, the U.S. sank, and then we just, like, never, like, fuck it, whatever. It works good enough. It was like back in the day of Thomas Jefferson. One of my bits, according to the devs, standing in sunlight slows down infection, but standing in shadow speeds it up. I don't think it works that way. I mean, in Dying Light lore, like, UV light is, like, bad for the zombies. I mean, UV light will kill viruses, but that's usually only when the virus is outside of the body. I don't think... It's almost like they're like, you know what? All that hydroxychloroquine and everything else shit that people tried a year ago, that actually works in our game. Nothing says post-apocalypse like solo sad violin. You know, there's only so many sad instruments, you know, like the oboe, the violin. Kind of consider the recorder to be one because your life is pretty sad if you play that professionally. And let's just go ahead and add, you know, the cowbell in there. Why not? This for Game of the Year. I don't know. I have not played it yet. Zombies are basically reverse vampires. I've noticed they're getting more and more monstrous with zombies because just like having a slow-moving like guy ain't that interesting or threatening. Alright, let me use my recording software for the first time in like a month. Hello, sussy imposter among us. How was Dark Souls 3? I beat it, and it was pretty good. I only complained majorly like at 2 fights in the entire game. I was pretty proud of that. I didn't really enter complain mode. Only like the 2 times I seriously got my ass kicked. What about the xylophone? You know, I attribute that to like happy like Jamaican. No, that's Jamaicans use that steel drum, don't they? You know, I don't know. I haven't really heard the xylophone played in a long time. Because let's face it, lame instrument. Everyone agrees. Finished Witcher 3 today and I got the worst ending. How do you... I think you have to... I thought it's so hard to get, you literally have to, like, try to get it. Alright, so, let me, before we do anything else, let's check out, speech streamer mode. If you're a content creator, you can toggle this option to avoid playing licensed music. The game will mute any license... you know what? I'm feeling risky. We're gonna leave an audio output, type of output device. Some output space between soft and loud noise reduced, provide hi-fi, home theater, headphones. Yeah, we'll do that. Subtitles off. Sorry, those hard of hearing. Okay, and video. DMCA, yeah, we're risking it, baby. I'm like one of the few streamers that will risk it because for some reason I have never been hit by a DMCA on Twitch. However, I keep saying that it's gonna happen. Know it. Vertical synchro VSync? No, thank you. Upscaler mode? Let's just save memory performance by scaling the game to render in lower resolution. Then, I don't really have an NVIDIA 3080 or whatever to like do that properly. Film grand effect? No, thank you. Right, advanced. Features advanced users may break the performance or quality of the game. Render game screen sharpness, field of view. Oh, come on, give me the proper numbers for this. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 means nothing. This is like, I prefer like 90, but we'll try it there. Okay, listening high, very high. Alright, we'll leave it all at that. I'm still on my 1080 Ti, I can't really risk too much. Apparently I mothered a Siri too much and she sacrificed herself to stop the white frost. I mean, you must have like really sucked playing like games with her when you got that chance. This is a research stream, or this is a research stream. I know it's unusual right after all those, you know, month of not doing them. Is there an option to turn QT off in the menu? There is never an option for that. Yes, I wish to save. Okay, so mouse smoothing, 0. Mouse sensitivity, invert mouse, keyboard mouse. Hey, look at that. GMC gets a sub to Fairy Goddess. Thank you, GMC. Auto ledge grab, edge fallen. Okay, everything looks pretty good. Alright, let us begin our adventure chat, and you know, let the complaining begin. Are you on PC? Yes, this is PC. I was considering get this on PS5, and I was like, no, it's first person. Even though there's not really much shooting in it. Wait, was the motion blur still on? Crap, I need to turn that off. First Sin, open world zombie game, true. They're 220, 36. You know, at this point, I would just put like 20XX because, you know, who's keeping the calendar going after the zombie apocalypse? Our tale begins. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's something I'd get out of, yo. We probably wouldn't be keeping dates so well. Oh, I thought we were gonna be like a rave? No. With the beat going on anyways. And that's how we start. Are we in Colorado?
You still
Hey, BD, damn, man. BD gifted 10 subs.
Dumber.
Thank you, my man. If you get one of those from BD, guys, give him your love. He's been very generous.
Yeah, a dead pilgrim. Yeah.
Same MC for the first one? No, he's dead. He got blown up by a nuke, or he got turned into a zombie, depending on your path in the DLC. I wonder where we just came from. Oh, there's some stickiness on this jump. There's like a little bit of delay. Let me turn off motion blur if I can. Contact particle quality, motion blur goes to off. Thank you. It stayed right. Now we won't all be getting sick. Sometimes I don't trust video game menus anymore because they never want to keep your settings that you choose. See, it's a motion blur quality. It went right back. Off. There we go. The infection ending is the canon ending of DL, so he's the one who spread it to the rest of the world. Would you join a monastic order to archive history and keep up the order of the passage of time after the end of civilization? What do you think I'm doing right now? Once the world comes to an end, like my files on my computer about games are gonna be the only record that remains. I don't know. Sure, that sounds like a good main character status. I will be part of the order that maintains the records. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but this jump feels like I'm jumping in sauce a little bit. Whoops. Oh, sauce in my eyes now. See you later, trash, if you're leaving. What's this long countdown for my respawn? Oh, okay, we can press the button. First death already? That was intentional, though. Like I said, the jump does feel like a little gluey. Like there's a slight delay from hitting the button to like jump. You know, this is still a better superpower than anything we got in the last Life is Strange game. Parkour. I'll take that over like mood vision any day of the week. Hey, they're using leaves now. For that, he's going for seasonal looks this time. The ledge painter guy. Real shitty JPEG leaves. This game is not really like trying to look like super next gen. This doesn't really look much better than the first game. You want to see the progression. Remember, you have to yell parkour. No, I'm not doing the office memes. I got my own. I just consider parkour to be really lame. But it makes for a decent video game mechanic, I suppose, for like first-person platforming. Remember back in like the mid to late 2000s when everyone was enamored with parkour? Like, oh shit, dude, look at this video. There was even like parkour schools you could go to. I wonder how many of those still around.
Thanks. It's good to see you, Spike. I mean, how long has it been?
Far too long. But don't get all mushy on me now. Come.
This guy is like really destroying the whole myth of black don't crack with his face like that. That is some serious aging he's got going on.
It's incredible.
What's incredible?
Most pilgrims don't last 2-3 years on the road. How you've been kicking around
for
for
pilgrims.
What, 4 years now? And you're still alive.
So are you.
I know. But I'm fucking
Your son, your friend's son takes parkour classes as he injured himself, or many times.
Seriously. I wish I had as much energy as you. Got a new lead on Jane?
This is the Black Assassin from Black. I don't think it's a crossover event.
Which route you take? Through Baines or Gary?
So, chat, who owns Techland, the developer? They own themselves? This might want to be one of those developers that gets bought out soon. Beast.
A beehive full of honey. Can't let an opportunity like this go to waste.
No way.
Oh, look around. If we're lucky, there's chamomile growing here too.
Chamomile? Oh, we can make some delicious honey tea. We are just here to make tea, aren't we? Techland is independent. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some offers being made. My survivor sense. The tea sense. Yeah, we just grab the bee hive. No threat whatsoever from you. Yeah, bees don't care. That's how you harvest honey, chat. You thought it was more complex. What does every game give you Spider-Man sense? In open world games, they pretty much have to if they're going to have you picking up items in the environment, because otherwise you'll never find anything. Amazon bought 10 cent, and so Amazon did, huh? Ah, delicious chamomile. I need one more chamomile. This is not a very good vision mode, I gotta say. Gonna make that, what, the tea? The honey tea? I mean, I'm assuming that's what we're gonna do. Oh, we found more bees. Well, it's good to know that the honey bees have actually started to thrive after the end of the world. They're no longer threatened. Amazon Gaming is now the biggest gaming company in the world. They don't really have much to show for it if that statement is true, and I don't think it is. But if they bought 10 cent, that would automatically make them pretty large, pretty hefty, thick-sized. I don't think, you know, thick's always used as, you know, as a positive thing, enlargement. So I don't think you can call it like that thick. It's just like, they're big. God, where's the fucking flower at? I'm sick of looking. Is that it? No. Guess I'm supposed to, like, you'll look more. Hey, look at that. Everything is better without humans. That's a very horrible thing to say. I happen to like people. No, kick the flat.
Yeah, this'll do.
Tea for everyone.
You remember that old herbalist we helped escort to her village?
Oh, yeah, the one that had that saying, remember, chamomile and honey are gifts that keep giving.
Combine them and lucky you just might go on living.
Okay, we got our grocery shopping done. Craft healing medicine from honey and chamomile? Wow, we have really gone backwards, haven't we?
I've never seen...
That's a weird button for it. You've received your first blueprint. Blueprints are plans, consumable, women gotcha. This is where you store all your crafting parts you collect. Read the craft part descriptions and see how they're used. Now, however, over the medicine blueprint, hold the craft. Hey, look at that. If I'll put a smile on your face and green in your pocket. I mean, I just wanted tea, but I'm making medicine. I guess, you know, tea was used as that in some cultures, right? Does Troy Baker voice the main character? I don't think he does. Don't believe he does. Okay, we'll go ahead and make more than one.
Come on, we're almost there.
One named Jonas Scott. Sounds familiar. Mirror is the head transparent since I can see the tree through him? That's probably a video game thing. I'm Troy Baker? Yeah, the secret's out, yo. Tea is our medicine? Yeah, but we didn't boil any water.
Wow.
Less than a day till I can... You should be able to play it right now, shouldn't you? It's available worldwide. Unless you need to go buy your copy.
Damn it, locked. I'll try to get through here.
I mean, I just bought it on Steam today.
Take anything we could use.
Yeah, sure.
You pre-ordered? I mean, you should be able to play it right now then. But no. Actually, maybe keep you here to watch me. Yeah, you better wait another day. Just to be safe. Over 100 viewers, that's pretty normal. Right, Cedar Crunch. Jonas Scott voiced a bunch of anime characters. Oh. Is he like one of those up-and-coming voice actors? I feel like I've heard people talk about him before. You know, Troy Baker started out in the anime business. Probably doesn't like people mention it so much.
Empty.
Nothing. Been playing Assassin's Creed Brotherhood all day, and it's already better than Assassin's Creed 2. I mean, I think Assassin's Creed 2 and in Black Flag are the best too. What, it said 20 hours, it's out? I mean, it's got a weird worldwide launch. It launched for me at 7 p.m. here in North America. When it says, like, February 4th, they mean in, like, the other part of the world where it's already February 4th. He was in Beastars, JoJo, and OPM? Okay, I'll let you know what really two of those are. Soap. Always needed. One punch? Oh, I usually don't see people like you'll abbreviate it. They usually just want, I like One Punch Man, I'm gonna like say the entire name.
What the?
Hey, everything all right?
Yeah, just rats.
Good morning, what's up, buddy guy?
Parted ways.
Why?
I'm starting to worry about you. And you know our saying. If you're starting to worry about someone, it means it's time to go.
Huh. So, the apocalypse happened back in 2023? I don't remember what year that we were talking about back in the Dying Light 1. Was it that? Was that accurate? What's up, Base? How you doing? Rice. 15-year-old rice. Making mochi tonight. So the world is going to end next year? Well, the way things are currently going, it's, not that hard to believe. Today's your mom's birthday. Happy birthday, iGuy's mother. Hope she's had a good birthday party. How are birthdays celebrated in India? Alcohol.
I wonder how the wine tasted back then.
Oh, I actually ordered my record player today too, by the way.
Sounds familiar.
Right. Well, still haven't ordered any actual records for it though. Dying Light was 2015. You can see posters for 2014. Well, then why do they? So how slow was the end of the world then? If there's a post over here, it's like for 2023, and it's like having a party. Well, usually, like the zombie apocalypse happens pretty quick, unless they've like changed that in the canon now. Always a possibility when you're dealing with like video game authors.
And that's what they called art?
Boy, if you even knew about NFTs. You thankfully apparently were like, I'm guessing, born after all, or mainly after all this, so you never had to learn about that horror. Can you imagine like someone born into the apocalypse after the the zombie apocalypse learning about NFTs? You mean people paid thousands of dollars for monkey JPEGs? Sounds insane. I mean, that's not worth even like a can of soup. I don't know. Whatever is valuable in the future.
Nada. Zip.
It'll be 15 years at the DLC. So yeah, depending on this guy's age, he might have been like a little kid when it all went down. Hide area. Well, it won't let me crouch right now for some reason. Oh, there we go. Was this in the first game? I don't remember there being like hidey spawns like this. Maybe to hide from. I'm guessing like the nighttime zombies. They're like the tough ones, right? All you could do is run. Yeah, I guess they're like, yeah, they'll give you another option here. We just find like cigarettes in this kid's school bag. Smokes. I don't have to worry about the Surgeon General warning anymore. Buddy, can you step back? Thank you. Well, this game actually lets you hide. Yeah, we'll see how useful it is though. long until the NFT balloon pop? I don't think NFTs are going away. They actually do have some value of the technology, just that the stupid monkey art stuff is, like, kind of embarrassing. Free Dave.
It's heartbreaking.
There's nothing like a party to celebrate the end of the world.
They died on their own terms.
I've heard that there are real boobs, like actual real boobs, like from a video, from like the real world, not video game boobs.
You check out the garden.
Man, I've never seen those before. When do they look?
Okay.
It's just such a strange statement. Man, I heard they put breasts in this game. I remember, that actually makes me remember a friend of mine recommended I watch Starship Troopers solely based on all the nudity in it. Man, you gotta watch a Starship Troopers movie, man. There's like boobs in left and right. Then he neglected to mention all the like badass like gory combat, but no, he's like, oh, there's like girls getting naked in it. And I was like, dude, it's okay, cool. That's one of the less you remember parts of it too. Like, for a second there, that guy with the beard, I was like, wait a minute. The Last of Us.
She was classy.
Hmm. Maybe we can have the previous main character, The Last of Us 1, come to this series and be alive in it. Like an alternate universe. Joel? Yes, Joel.
Dearest Mary, I'm sorry I ran from you. They say that once the virus makes you turn, you're gone forever. That can't be true. I know you're still in there, underneath all that.
And he didn't even
pain and
write this in
disease.
cursive?
I'm coming to join you.
I don't know, if you're writing like your final, like, goodbye letter, use cursive. Make it look fancy.
Hey, come here. Check this out.
No, I'm gonna print this out. Like I'm like in elementary school. You may pass out. What are you eating? Or drinking? Or like injecting? Wait, there's like a look, there's like a thing in there. Many things in there, in fact. May I? Man, I have caught a dirt stream in a hot minute. How long has it been? What have you been up to since your last one? To be fair, I haven't been announcing them on YouTube recently because they haven't been research streams. It's been mainly me playing Dark Souls. Alright, I guess we do gotta actually follow this guy.
Sit down, buddy. For you.
A gift?
A gift from the heavens, to be more accurate. I
It's a
just found
bat.
it by the owner's dead body. May it be of more use to you. Here.
You could put that I was playing
It's
Dark
gone
Souls on
flat.
YouTube. I mean, I thought about it, but it wasn't a research stream, so didn't feel like it'd be like worth, annoying all my subscribers there with
The
it.
end of the world could be so peaceful.
Yeah, at least until night falls.
True.
Well, it's not the end of the world. It was the end of civilization. Two different things.
Crane could have seen this.
Who?
Doesn't matter.
You ever start advocating for NFTs, your account has been hacked? You never know what the future will bring. Maybe they'll finally actually be useful, not just like kind of like dumb monkey pictures. What guy?
What guy?
Quit pretending. You became a pilgrim to track that fucker down. Waltz. I found someone who knows him.
You say so earlier.
Wait, what? And you're only telling me now?
How long is this guy's life expectancy? I'm trying not to like think that's gonna happen, and I'm waiting for the game to surprise me.
The guy's in Villador. Supposedly he knows something about Waltz.
I believe there's a Jackass movie. Yeah, because aren't those guys old as fuck now?
So I'm that close.
They'd probably break in half.
Hey, I got a favor to ask you. You deliver this.
Speaking as old as fuck, I saw a picture of Fred Durst today. My God, he looks nothing like what he used to.
Like pilgrims.
It's like, holy crap, I would not recognize it.
Everyone does their best to survive.
Maybe. But when something needs to be transported through the hordes of infected, then suddenly they're knocking on our doors. All right, but you owe me one.
Not just one.
It's like he's definitely not taking the path of other like retired rockers who like still look like they were into the scene.
Well,
He looks like he has lives in a suburban house with a nice family and never got tattoos at all.
See that antenna on the hill? That'll help you contact the informant.
Are you for shitting me?
He'll be listening for you at dawn on a frequency of 140.
Are we already climbing a tower?
megahertz. Told me to hear from you soon.
You know what he wants.
What does he want in return?
Looks like Julian Assange body double. A little bit with his white hair.
Does things for free.
I don't think that kind of guy exists.
What? What about me?
Like even Ubisoft doesn't do the tower climbing stuff anymore.
Ask around about his crazy girlfriend.
Hey. She's not crazy. Jane's just maybe.
You think it'd be easier or harder to find a girlfriend after the apocalypse, chat?
And she's always getting herself into trouble. But if you could get a load of her.
I guess it depends on your skill set.
Whoa, all right. Still too early in the evening for that sort of talk.
Eyes? I was gonna say eyes. Beautiful. Steely. Huge.
Never heard anyone.
He actually got brain damage from filming Jackass Forever. Damn.
Because you don't know shit
Cognitive
about the
test, he
world,
got 17
let
out of
alone
100.
women.
That is not good.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Are zombies
I'm telling
fuckable?
you,
I don't want to,
I'll
think
finally
about that.
find Jane.
I'm sure someone in these world has tried. They just don't show
House.
off.
We're gonna live there. No one's gonna drive us out. And I'll stop wondering like a moron.
I'll drink to that.
I love drinking unlabeled beer.
And that Waltz. What's his deal? Is he family?
No, not at all.
Then why are you looking for him? Will you tell me sometime?
Yeah, one
Yeah,
day.
we just littered.
Well, my time's up.
So when will I see you again, huh? In another 2 years?
Maybe. Take care, man. I hope you find that Waltz guy.
Oh, thank God he's getting out of here before something kills him.
And remember,
Alright, I gotta leave before my death flag gets risen. The longer I stay here, the more likely it is.
waiting for you.
I know how these video games work. Introduce the kind mentor character at the beginning and just wipe them out. Ain't happening to me. Alright, get to the radio and... Jesus Christ, they actually are making me do this. Better be the only one. It better be. I don't need ankles. I got 2 of them. One's a spare, anyways. He is going to get his heroic death shortly. Don't go trying to predict obviously what's not gonna happen. How's the game running for you? So far, running pretty good. On my 1080 Ti still. I wonder how much longer I'll be expected. I can actually get away with using that. I mean, I don't really have a choice unless I want to pay $2,000 for a scalped GPU. It looks like Ubisoft game. Well, definitely the first one was inspired a lot by Ubisoft, somewhat in their open world games. All right, let's do a. Hope this is deep enough. Kind of like Mercy Dive. Maybe 6 more months for all the games require RTX. I mean, I don't think that's gonna be the case. If that were to be the case, I'd have to start playing more on my PlayStation 5. but I'm hoping because, you know, the chip shortage, like, developers are still keeping that in mind when they develop their games.
Biters.
Biters. Alright. Oh, nice old... well, I've been playing Dark Souls for a while, so this whole stamina, you know, issue shouldn't be a problem at all. That's my block. Doesn't look like a very good block. Beat him. Really don't like the combat in this game, too arcadey. I mean, it's just like whacking things. I don't really feel the idea of arcadey being like whacking with stick. But then again, it's never been realistic either. You should have seen my Dying Light 1 playthrough where I literally went through the entire game drop kicking everyone into oblivion. Speaking of which, do I have that yet? Nope. What man doesn't automatically have a drop kick available to him? Drop kicking is the most dangerous weapon in real life as well. I mean, it's not something I want done to me. Guessing I got an inventory limit as well, right? You've collected too much junk. Beesh. They better let me, like, throw bee bombs at some point. They're giving me all these bee nests. Did you dropkick the medic when you got out of the birth canal? Well, my legs wouldn't have really been working very well at that point. Being a newborn infant and all. Much as I'd like to, like, confirm in the positive, I have to say I probably didn't. What we got? Anything good? Well, don't give a shit to the PC. Well, don't give shit to the PC then. I'm not giving shit to my PC. What did it say? Jump and then... oh, okay. Climb up the bus. Hey, can I get a flashlight so I can see what the hell I'm doing? Okay, on track, on track. You can search the zombies? I've already, like, pocketed a few of them. Though I don't know if I'd want to, like, use something that's been on a corpse for the past 15 years. Oh, is that gum? Nice! I'm gonna chew that. Came from a zombie? Don't care. Fucking, it's crap, I don't really know many gum brands. Icebreakers, man. Icebreakers gum. Rare that is. Don't get close to the biters or they'll wake up. Pyramid. What's the name of that gum that has like the yellow package? That's like the only one I used to have as a kid. Like what was it known as? Ah, crap. Juicy fruit. Oh man, it's juicy fruit. Plus, it's got a funnier name. Juicy fruit, man. You know how freaking rare that is? Plus, it lasts forever. Right, I guess we're gonna like... Juicy fruit does not last forever. Well, with all the preservatives in it, it's gonna last for quite a while. Juicy fruit's flavor lasts for about a microsecond, but hey, it might like last for a long time so you can enjoy that 1 second. Actually, I've not had gum in a long time. I think the last time I had gum it was Icebreakers, and I it affected me biologically, negatively so. Like, you know what? If I ever have serious constipation, I'll think of icebreakers again next time. God, oh, propane. Guard is dishonored too, deadass threw a rock at me. What? I guess that blew up. That's xylitol? Is that the ingredient in icebreakers? It's like Overwatch all over again. What is? One thing, I mean, I haven't played Overwatch in a long time, but I mainly know of it for, like, you know, controversies these days. And now being owned by Microsoft. How's the stream running for everyone, by the way? Let me know if it looks good. Remember I had some issues running Dying Light 1. Tap it while moving. Okay. What are your thoughts on the recent acquisitions by Sony and Xbox? Well, like I said, seems like that's what we're in for in this year. Apparently didn't Nintendo just come out and say they're not interested in, like, competing by buying people up? It's mainly between Sony and Microsoft right now, so we'll wait and see who else gets in on it. I'm kind of worried that it's going to lead Amazon and Tencent to buy up a bunch of more developers too. Until, like, there's only like a handful of, like, a few, like, indie devs working by their own lonesome. You'll be leaving as soon as you see Spider-Man. Now, thankfully he's not in this game, so that means you gotta stay for the entire time. Some gum has it. It's a laxative and poison to rats. Well, why are they putting that in our food? Nintendo isn't interested because they're already in the lead of winning. Well, they just have their own way of doing things, too. Nintendo's always been a bit different. It doesn't really make a lot of sense for them to buy up. I've never really known them to go out and make, like, big acquisitions. They only, like, buy someone if they have, like, a really strong working relationship. So I guess we gotta go to the zip line and, like, go across, because I don't see a way directly up. How am I tonight? Pretty good. I actually wasn't planning to stream tonight, then I found out this game was releasing today. I was like, oh yeah, better get on that. Can't delay, you know. Forest retention area. Please do not disturb the local wildlife. Only acquisition that will ever stop is Disney. Well, no, plenty of things are consolidating media these days. There are some people who want Sony to buy Konami. That will never happen. Oh, here's the thing you gotta keep in mind about Konami. I've mentioned it before. Konami is not really a game company. They had a gaming division. Konami's like a health spa and, like, pachinko parlor company. They just also did a few video games for a while. So if someone wanted to buy them, they'd probably just want to buy the license, the right to their property, and not the actual company. Because I don't know what Sony or Microsoft would do with a health spa company. So I wouldn't expect that to happen quite in that same direction. I think it's more likely that someone might make a deal with Konami to, like, develop their games for them, because they certainly don't want to do it. I don't think anyone's likely to, they're likely to just sell those off, though. Actually, now that Activision has been involved, and I guess Bungie, there aren't that too many more companies that you can easily buy. A lot of people like to throw around, like, Japanese publishers, as well as, like, Take-Two and Ubisoft, but one, anything that's not in America is already harder to buy by Microsoft. So it'd be really hard for Microsoft to buy any big Japanese publisher, as well as Ubisoft, since they're French. Sony, on the other hand, could probably buy a Japanese publisher if they wanted to, since they're a Japanese company as well. But it also isn't, like, the FDA, or not, FCC, already looking into, like, Microsoft buying Activision as possible antitrust, so that they might be reaching the limit that they can actually buy right already, without it looking too much like a monopoly. Oh, you got stamina for swinging, okay. You have acquired new parkour skill. You've leveled up your parkour proficiency and earned the first parkour skill point. You can now use it to unlock your first parkour skill. Well, I hope Capcom's... I'm hoping no one buys Capcom. I like what they've been doing recently. Government didn't stop Microsoft in the 90s. They won't stop them now. I mean, they didn't, but they did, like, make them, you know, cool off a little bit, though. Microsoft changed as a company after that antitrust lawsuit. High jump allows you to reach higher ledges when you hold space while jumping. Alright, hold, now hold. Okay. These are my combat points. Level tree reminds you of much of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Kill it, really? I mean, that's the same kind of a tree you'll see in a lot of games. So yeah, speaking of the things people will buy, I think what you'll likely see from going forward now is like a bunch of like small, like, not like big publishers being bought up, but like more like Bungie kind of stuff. Like it's like a single developer. More likely. I don't think anyone's buying Take-Two either. They probably don't have any interest in selling. So there's really only a few options, and you have like Warner Brother games, but that's mainly just superhero stuff and Mortal Kombat. And, you know, possibly Sega or Konami, I guess. But hey, let's, you know, stop talking about the horrors of capitalism tonight. We got zombies to kick. And also a damn tower to climb. Jesus, they already built a freaking wall? Is this like the same city from the first game? No, that was in the Middle East, it can't be, right? But they've already constructed a wall that high? Maybe it's constructed before, like, everything went to shit. Sony tried to buy WB Games last year, and they didn't, since stuff like Mortal Kombat game makes them too much money. Really? Mortal Kombat makes that much money? We never would have guessed. That's the southern border. Oh, this is in Trump's America. What do you think the presidential campaign pitches would become if we actually were dealing with a zombie outbreak instead of just like Corona? Kind of interested in that. Make America alive again? You know what? I bet there's zombies up in that room. Shit. Man, work on your throw. Have you seen the parasites on deer? It's kind of like zombie virus. I know currently deer are going through a bunch of prion diseases. Yeah, isn't there like a massive prion wasting disease going on through like the deer population in America? Which is basically pretty, just has them all fucked up. I don't know. Whoa.
What the hell is that?
Nobody seems like he knows how to party. How do you like spend this many years living in the zombie apocalypse and don't know about the mutants? Combat basics. Some enemies use power attacks that deal massive damage and can knock you down. Enemies about to use a power attack that has health bar starts blinking red. Dodge to avoid it. Form a dodge, press space while moving back or to the side. Zombies would be really weak in real life due to decaying... I've actually, yeah, I know, I'm aware of that and agree with that statement. Reps would blame Democrats and run on the "we'll give you guns and defend..." Actually, yeah, that might get me to vote Republican if they're actually going to hand out the firearms during the zombie apocalypse. That's a pretty good, like, actually platform to run on. Well, I power attack me, huh? Okay, I'm not dodging that very well. This guy's still... Okay, this bat really blows. Back! Back! You guys just keep spawning in, don't you? Random idea, should Resident Evil 9 or 10 be like the in-game type of entry where all the main characters return? No. Absolutely not. That was almost like what Resident Evil 6 was, and that game sucked. Just keep... I actually like it when they keep the story smaller. That seems to work better.
That was close.
Whoops. Good. Cyberpunk music. I was thinking more like they're going for like Doom. My bat's almost gone. Probably need to reboot Resident Evil soon. I don't think that's happening. They would have already done it. Basically, what happens with Resident Evil is they rethink how the series plays instead of rebooting the storyline. Hey, Mr. Roboto, thank you for 39 months. Man, that show Arcane was really good. Is that the League of Legends show? Wondering, I think I'll try out the game. League of Legends? Oof. You're in for a rough time if you do. It's got a reputation, you know. You should, you know, you're probably better off just, like, sticking to the TV show. I think even, like, League of Legends fans will, like, say, maybe you shouldn't really play the game. Unless you want to hate yourself, maybe. God, there's so many beehives. Never play MOBAs? I kind of, like, forgot MOBAs even existed, because I haven't thought of them in so long. Hey, also, Furious Impulse. Ooh, the 500-hour game. When I saw that news, I instantly thought of you and future Assassin's Creed games. Yeah, they want to kill me with video games these days. But they also came back and clarified after everyone, like, you know, hounded them on that stupid point. Like, that we actually just mean if you want to do every stupid little, like, bonus objective we put into the game. Otherwise, it only takes, like, 20 or so hours. Ragged Chopper. How do I switch weapons? Well, I just picked it up, didn't I? Like I've got to... Like I've got to... No, there we are. The D-pad looking... Well, for me, it's like 1, 2, and 3. Hold on, my nose itches. Gotta pick it. By not even trying to be super stupid.
Broadcast station should be here somewhere.
Maybe take some of these backpacks with you, my man. Leather. Can't think of League of Legends without thinking of you eating that pepper. I mean, that's like that's actually the last time I ever played that game. Hey, it was worth it. I wouldn't be where I am now if I hadn't played League of Legends at one time while eating a ghost pepper. Think of the, you know, the timeline where you're not sitting here watching me on a live stream. You might actually have a life. You might be like writing the next great American novel, solving cancer. Instead, you're here watching me, so we know it's the right, proper timeline. You might have even got that girlfriend you like so much. The one you had a crush on? Had you not been, you know, predisposed to watch my streams? She was actually flirting with you when she said, maybe we should go to McDonald's sometimes together. No, Dartigan's gonna be streaming, you know, like, Assassin's Creed Odyssey tonight. I gotta check that out. Oh, okay. Have fun. Oh, wow, we're going to, like, oh, footprint track mode, huh? Investigation. Girls exist? They aren't. They're, you know, the legends, you know, I believe the legends. Let's go with that. The old ones tell tales, you know. They once walked among us. But then the VTubers came and they disappeared because they couldn't compete. Seriously, lady, step up your games. You're gonna lose out to the, you know, virtual women soon if you don't do it. You know how embarrassing that's gonna be? Like, no, sorry, I mean, you're cool and all, but, you know, this VTubers, you know, got plans. Maybe next time.
Someone moved them. not long ago.
I like that, yo, like, this is what you see when you see footprints. Evidence, glow red.
Spin move.
Is anybody else looking for great television? I recommend Mayor of Easttown. Great detective drama with Kate Winslet.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Long ago in the before times. Yeah, people will be talking about, like, women like the Ints were about the Int wives. One day we think we'll find them again. Safe zones. You've just unlocked the first safe zone, increasing your network of respawn points. All safe zones are equipped with UV light, which guarantees safety at night. Additionally, each safe zones offer access to a resting place where you can change the day-night phase. And Aiden's... Oh, we went with the video game name Aiden, right? That feels like... Aiden feels like just like a bog standard main character name anymore, doesn't it? It's like one of those things, like those popular names that, people give their kids, like, then becomes like a, ugh.
This is it. The broadcast station.
Oh, you mean I don't have to actually climb it? Oh, we can, store stuff? Like, oh, Aiden's stash. Okay, we'll store one of these. So why is one stronger than the other by such a big degree? What's the main character's name in Watch Dogs? Well, there's 3 different main characters in Watch Dogs, but it's Aiden Pearson, the first one. This one light is all it takes to keep the zombies out, huh? This one UV light. I don't know, man. I don't know, Chief. It feels like you need a bit more than that. I mean, it's really only lighting up this one corner.
Alright, let's roll.
Oh. Did I get told the coordinates to use? Or am I just guessing at it?
He won't confide in me. Just makes those speeches of his to the mirror. Ator will never be like the commander.
Hmm.
No, man. If they just cuff Carl, they'd solve Lucas's murder real quick.
This business with Lucas is fucked up, but you can't take your anger out on the Bazaar.
What's powering this, by the way?
Well, you know, I came all the way from Terzawa and looked, and there's a hole in the can. Had to go all the fucking way back.
Generator outside? Oh yeah, we did start up a generator, but you think fuel was pretty rare for that.
This is Aiden. Over. Anyone there looking for a pilgrim? Over. I guess I have to wait until morning.
So are we like part of a religion if we're a pilgrim? Or we just like thought the name was cool? Alright. Anyone else got information for me? Dono, you have a good night, man.
Coming from one of those Bazaar idiots. Well, I was surprised.
Have you seen Dennis today? Nope. Come to think
Pilgrim as post-apocalyptic slang for a drifter. They figured out the marketing then.
Why?
We're really just a hobo who knows parkour. We offer our services.
Told him it'd been looted already, and that he's suicidal.
If he went alone, we might as well just dig him a grave.
I'm here to spread the word of the Lord.
Charlie says a fox bit him.
I say pilgrim like I'm John Wayne Pilgrim.
They've been extinct for over a decade.
I don't think I've ever watched any John Wayne movies.
Jumped him and he's talking crap.
Or at least none of his westerns. I think I've seen like 1 or 2 of his like World War II movies.
He's already infected. What do you expect?
Said, wait, yeah, but I wanted to see what the rest of these like radio stations pick
Keep
up.
an eye on him.
Getting plot here, you know? I mean, the internet doesn't exist anymore, so being like, one of these ham radio operators is the only thing you got.
He pissed on a fucking PK. Fucking awesome.
Arthur.
Enough of that. Time to sleep. I'll try again in the morning.
Arthur. Actually, don't need that. Alright, sleep. Don't bother locking the doors. Get any snow? Just rain today. Just rain so far. I'm sure it'll happen eventually, though. Can I imagine the internet now existing and us having us use radios to socialize in the future? Oof. I don't know if I could give you up the internet, but no, who knows? Maybe we would actually have lives again.
No, when we're old. No, Edie. We need supplies. Everything's ready. It's so quiet.
What's
Where is
that?
everyone? Maybe
Traumatic childhood? Childhood friend?
You're stupid.
Possibly dead? I can smell the plot from here.
Now.
Alright, we're experiments. I see. You watch my footage in full or skip into the best parts? I usually watch my footage in full. Because there could be stuff I miss if I don't. Don't look so sad, friend. We have 2 kidneys for a reason. Oh, they're gonna shave our head. No, be sad now.
Wait here.
Do you think if you're like morally reprehensible, do you actually start developing like an evil guy voice like that? Like, wait here. I'll be back.
Take the patients back to the city.
Don't worry. They'll let us go soon.
Edie, I'm scared.
I'm here with you. You're safe with me.
I know.
Assuming the evil? I'm assuming like a guy with like in a lab coat with a bunch of like bald kids in his place is not exactly up to snuff. Where is your chin, child? Is that what he's looking for?
Even if they separate us, this is how we'll always find
Oh,
each
well,
other.
marks, huh?
Not him, no! Mia!
Yeah, I'm glad when we're actually playing the game in first person, we don't have to worry about the character blinking.
Dr. Waltz, we won't make it. The military
Kind of a
will
funny
be
thing,
here.
isn't it? The flashback, he can
Wait.
blink. So they must have removed his eyelids.
Close your eyes.
Oh, not the COVID vaccine. Heard so many stories. Aiden is a stupid... Wow. I mean, I was making fun of it. I didn't call it bad. So, Kiro Zima, thank you for your Prime sub. Your first time subbing too, right? Oh, welcome, man. Tell us about yourself if you feel like it. Or you can, stay in the lurk. Or whatever. But thank you for the sub. Not the booster. It's my 6th one. Fire is an awfully weird killer. I think COVID won't disappear anytime soon. It seems like it's, it's going to stay with us, but it seems like it's becoming more manageable. Like it's getting less, possibly deadly, or less likely to put you in the hospital. Rack up a few $100,000 in bills. So I think it'll eventually be like no bigger deal than like your regular like flu or cold seasons, hopefully.
Was talking about.
Probably like the best you can hope for. Again. Alright, let's get these wrong and see if there's like new messages. Losses blinking in a tragic accident. Can you imagine?
There's no water.
He got on just to say that, huh?
But you checked the
I
kill.
lost my ability to blink in a tragic arm wrestling competition. Don't ask.
I don't know. Fuck. Maybe the PK's grabbed it. So, he's either passed out drunk somewhere, or he's torn apart by alphas.
Is that considered a superpower? What, blinking? Yes.
This is Aiden. I'm on frequency 140.200 megahertz.
Hello?
Yes. I was supposed to get in touch with you.
Thought you'd change your mind. Why are you looking for Waltz, Pilgrim?
To find someone else.
Not blinking, you know.
Her name is Mia.
You only blink when you're a child, then you grow out of it.
15 years ago, we were in a hospital together and...
I know who you're looking for, Aiden. You want to know why Waltz was doing those experiments on all of you. Why you are stronger, more durable than others.
Oh, we're literally a
I just
superhuman,
want
huh?
to find Mia. I've been looking for her since I left the survivors camp. Can you help me or not?
Maybe I can. Let's meet, Pilgrim.
Where and when?
Entrance to the metro tunnel by the bay. You can
What's
get
happening to the
inside
plot so far?
tunnels
We
right
found
up
out we have
Geometry
a
hatch.
childhood friend we're
I'll
looking
meet you
for.
there.
That's all we know.
I take it you're not doing this for free.
I had to
Oh,
leave the
we
city,
didn't
but I'll
even
make it
need...
on my own
Okay,
outside.
okay.
Keep
Just
me in
grab the
bearings,
walkie.
and we're even. Along the way, I'll tell you everything I know. Over and out.
Wait. I have to at least know if she's alive.
She's alive. I'm going to the rendezvous. I'll see you later, Aiden.
I keep thinking this game is like running badly on the stream, so let me know if it's like, you know, still smooth looking. Nice nails, thank you. I don't clip them. Grind those bitches. Gotta file them down properly. Yo, guys, learn to file. You'll thank me. Doesn't take much longer than clipping them, and they're so much better. No longer getting like scratching yourself with those like jaggy bits. The Skyrim perk called Dark Souls. What? So, what are we in like Colorado? Right, seems, you know, that's the closest thing I can think of. Is that a recognizable bridge? File my taxes? I mean, I already did. We get in there? Nope, looks like we can't. Somewhere in Europe? This does not look like... I mean, unless we're in like Switzerland or something. Could be like near the Alps then, right? The game is set in the city of Villador, a massive urban open world set in Europe. But everyone sounds American though. They get caught in the middle of like tourist season. A bunch of Americans like, you know, got stuck here and then apocalypse afterward. Definitely a vacation spot. They got zip lines though. Yeah, definitely an American. You got buildings like that. Are there elves in this game? Who knows? Paradise Lost. Yeah, right, yeah. I guess that's an artifact. Not digging this wavy keyboard tone to the soundtrack. This is like like your safe music actually. Like you're traveling through the pretty landscape. Isn't it beautiful when that civilization destroyed and replaced with nature? Degrowth, y'all, degrowth. Land on amortizers to avoid... Okay, that. Just say a bed. I like the music until the out-of-tune keyboard came in. Yeah, that's probably what the streamer mode is for, so I don't have to listen to that. This is a Polish developer, right? Or is it? Yeah, I think Techland's Polish, right? Gotta expect a little bit of Eurobeat in there at some point. Ooh, yeah, got good shit. Worth the risk of drowning. What's my favorite Eurojank game? Cyberpunk. How about that one? That definitely counts now. Technically, Witcher 3 counts as Euro jank too. Same guy that did the soundtrack for A Plague Tale? Oh. Isn't that supposed to get the sequel this year? Or has it been announced what time?
It's Aiden. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Aiden, stop doing that 90s commercial. No one cares for it anymore.
I swam across the lake.
So, you've almost reached the tunnels. There's an entrance. The only one the GRE left when they sealed up the city. I'm coming from the other side. Hurry up.
What's wrong?
Hurry.
I'm not sure if the bat or this is better because this is taking a lot of hits. When you slashed her, she looked at you like, Johnny, is that you? No, she recognized me in her final moments. Understandable. Even get in this building. Excuse me, just like trash serving. Why did they got all the zombies got like steam and like fumes coming off them? They can't be that warm, right? What games are you looking forward to this month? Well, I think Elden Ring, this game, and also Horizon New Game, whatever it's called, Forbidden West, right? And also there's Sifu and Crossfire X. Those are the two that don't get as mentioned as much as the other three. So, hopefully I'll have time to play those as well. Spicy Zombies? Horizon New Game. I mean, Horizon's... Both Zero Dawn and also this new one have like the worst fucking names. They're so hard to like remember because they're practically meaningless. Then again, I always said Horizon was a bad name for a game anyways too. Back when the first one was launching. How can you say that is meaningless? I mean, I'm just saying it doesn't mean much to me. It's not very memorable, is a better way of putting it. Forza Horizon and Horizon Zero. Yeah, I'm surprised you can actually use the word Horizon and someone hasn't like trademarked that yet. Like, you can't use that word, it's my word. What's my objective about? My objective is in the sky, apparently, because I can't... Or am I on top of it? Oh, good. Pretty game so far. I don't really see any difference between this and the first game graphically, to be honest. If it's 86 meters away from the map, I'm just looking at the waypoint up there. Okay, okay, no, it's a compass, not a waypoint. I was thinking it's like directly on my map. Okay, so I was going the right way. Okay, get on that. See rope. I'll put a swinging rope and grab it. I wonder why this game was in development hell for 7 years. Well, they're not a huge developer, the Techland is, I don't think. And like I said, they're self-published, aren't they? So they don't... When they're like that, they don't have like the publisher breathing down their neck so they can take all the time they want. Which, typically, when that happens, leads to the game taking forever to be in development. For instance, take a look at the old Star Citizen. No publisher keeping their balls to the wall. They get endless supply of money from, like, people investing in their game. And it's still not even in... it's still like 5 years away from release, according to their most recent reports. Dead Island was... Yeah, there's supposed to be a sequel to Dead Island that's been in development too for a long time, but I guess... I don't know if that's still happening or not.
Hey, can you hear me?
I'll meet you soon.
Dead Island 2 was announced before Dying Light release, yet that didn't... Yet wasn't Dead Island 2... Was it, no, it wasn't. I never really played the Dead Island games. I just know them for like the Voodoo song and that trailer that had like the kid in reverse. People are still spending 5,000 on chips for the game. You know, it's got... I mean, there's some dedicated people for a game that you'll... I mean, you can technically play it right now, and it's like, unfinished version. And there's... I'm not sure how much fun there is to be had, but I guess it's like something. For sure, Dead Island and Dying Light in the same thing until a moment. They're from the same developer, but they... Not the same universe, I don't believe. Like, Dying Light was what they wanted to make after they did Dead Island to make it better. Dead Island trailer was the better than the game itself. Yeah, that's what I always heard as well. Is there seriously not a flashlight in this game? Jesus. Also, do I have any more, like, skill points? Nope. Oh, not looking good in here. Dead Island 2 has had some issues. Jaeger development was originally hired to develop Dead Island 2 in 2012, but was removed from the project in 2015 and replaced by Sumo Digital. Yeah, I remember something like that happening. Probably either been, like, silently cancelled or it's just in development hell.
Hey, is anybody there?
Is he not at all worried about this? It's a Monday.
Oh, shit. This doesn't look good.
Have you ever played Bright Memory Infinite? Yes. Well, I played Bright Memory before it became Infinite. I never played, like, the full version of it that's coming out. It wasn't very good when whatever I played of it. It was one of a hell of a mess of a game, whatever it was. He is worried not nearly as much as I think you should be in this situation. Yo, I think this game might be a little too dark, yo. Maybe I should turn off the lights in my own room, help me see the screen better. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
The swole zombie here. Why don't we all carry those on us? Is that Troy Baker? No. It's a new up-and-coming voice actor. Does a lot of anime stuff. We get bit.
Are you alright?
Fucker bit me.
A volatile. Lots of those fuckers in the sewers. You must get into the light quickly.
Where's Mia?
Later. We have to move. Resist it. It'll pass.
Stuff works fast.
Just stay strong.
I don't remember doing that much, acting that quickly on old Chris. Or whatever his name was in that game. How do you resist a bite? Can't you just, like, willingly will yourself to, like, fight off the infection?
Seems dead to me. Didn't have it on him. Let's go.
Wait, what? They just left me here?
I don't have the key. I swear.
Oh, there we go. Pick that flashlight up. Strangely enough, I didn't recognize Troy Baker when he played Simon Krieger in Spider-Man Miles Morales. It did look different than the normal characters he plays. Also, you're not used to him playing the villain either. Why T instead of F?
I destroyed it. I did this on my own.
You make me question things, game. You make me question it. Normally a corpse is someone who got bit. I'm surprised they survived 15 years. Yeah, they're doing that whole Bioshock thing where they just walk by. Looks like bad things happen in there. Did they take my weapons? Oh no. Apparently Troy's trying to get back into game voice acting. Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. I mean, it didn't really even seem like you put much effort into the Hollywood thing. Did you just get, like, turned down at everything you, like, auditioned for? Oh, monkey bar. Game doing good, or is it shit? It's really pretty much more of the first game so far. I'm not noticing too big of a difference. But it's still very early in the game as well. This dude is fucking dying and you're just like, ooh, a feather. I mean, hey, gotta think of yourself in these situations. That means rifling through garbage. Heard that Troy canceled his NFT after that. Apparently, every time someone announces an NFT right now, it eventually gets canceled like a day later. After everyone, like, pisses on them on Twitter. Except for Twitter itself, which allows you to use your NFT as like a logo, right? Or like an avatar. Old World Manual. I actually love Death Stranding. I enjoyed it, mainly because I like hiking. That's what it reminded me of, like a hiking simulator somewhat. Good Twitter added NFT profile pics means I can just block people easier. You know, I mean, even if you're against NFTs, the person might be perfectly fine. Just saying. I might be like, I mean, that's pretty hardcore hate for someone you've never known. Oh, you got a different profile picture. I don't respect that at all. I mean, what do you do when you come up against like a Discord mod with an anime profile picture? Like, oh, ditching this Discord. I can tell already. GameStop is getting NFTs. Well, what choice do they have? They're a GameStop. There's and so you're fine. That's why I was actually defending the idea of using anime avatar.
You were supposed to be dead. Where did you hide our key, boy?
I don't know what you're talking about. Let him go.
You got some wicked vascular stuff going on with your neck, dude.
Would you like to see you do that? Bring it!
Machete. Oh. Perfect block. Press and hold that to block an enemy attack. Block at the very last moment to perform a perfect block. Perfect block staggers an enemy, making him vulnerable for a short window of time. Game is getting progressively dumber by the minute. What would it do with it? I mean, I'm waiting for... I mean, it's just like we just got knocked down and we like found our friend getting his ass kicked. Not necessarily dumb. Be honest here. Alright, I'm gonna perfect block you. Make their block.
You ain't gonna live much longer.
Oh, we knocked his mask off? I wonder he's hiding it.
Now.
Where's machete go? I wanted a machete!
Get ready to bleed. Gonna jack you.
Now I'm beating him with a pipe instead.
I'm through with you. Like me now, asshole.
Also, thank you for the 400 bits anonymous cheer. How you doing, man?
This asshole.
Welcome back.
I'm done playing.
Oh shit, that was some gore.
Asshole.
Mortal Kombat fatality I just pulled off on that dude. Holy fuck. Alright, that's a bit new. Alright, you've acquired new skill. You leveled up your combat proficiency and learned your first combat skill point. Now it's time to unlock your first combat skill. Fatality. Well, that's all. I just realized that's what we look like. Vault kick allows you to perform a kick while vaulting over an obstacle or a staggered enemy. Why is every bandit in the post-apocalypse either bald or have a goofy face paint? Because, you know, their society has crumbled, and you know what? time to wear masks and, you know, paint ourselves up. What else are you gonna do? I would. I'd totally be like on the bandit side just because they get better outfits. Were their weapon? Didn't they like both have weapons I could like take? Or did those despawn? Why does every bandit wear face paint? Look, we all saw Mad Max. Well, yeah, it's also just, you know, like, these are the bad guys. But my morals? You know, when I'm fighting for my survival and there's, like, no civilization, whose morals will just get you killed, you know? No, that's the old survival of the fittest argument.
We have no time.
Who was that?
There's no time. In my pocket. I left you something.
Oh, I know how this conversation goes.
This, a GRE access key. The Peacekeepers, they found it. We cannot lose it.
You were gonna tell me what happened to my sister. Where's Mia?
You will go to Fisheye. There, ask for a girl named Lawan. Give that to her. With it and her help, you'll learn. You will learn everything.
How are they still in this game? Well, they got exposed and then the world ended, so I don't think they were ever held, you know, brought to justice.
The whole city. Everyone will die.
Walt. Is Walt here?
Cringe vibes?
They're coming.
He's a dying man, chat. You can't call him cringe.
Renegades. Run.
We'll go together.
Take this.
All right, let's go.
Oof.
Fuck! There's our lost lamb, and he's not alone. We can fix that. Slaughter him.
Listen, Choom. Okay, use Vault to increase your mobility in combat. Run at a staggered enemy and hold space to jump vault over. Press that while vaulting to vault kick another enemy in front of you. This is the foundation of parkour combat. Later, you'll learn more skills. Well, I need to line up for this to work, though. So, give me my machete. Okay, this isn't working too well. It's kind of awkward. Oh, perfect. They're not like lined up for my attack to work. You have to stagger them with a perfect. Oh. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's how you do. That's all done. Oh, we got the nice old drop kick back. Oh, he's... Dude's like, why me? Twice? Game looking ass. Wow. It's so harsh tonight. Man, we're just doing some melee combat right now. And, you know, drop kicks are fun. I mean, it's no condemn when it comes to melee combat, but then few games are. More? I have a lot of blood. Well, don't you? How much do you got? Have you actually measured? Do you know? Blood is a myth. Oof. Oof. Can I kick it? Dude, I'm trying to kick a person's severed head. Lay off. You can't. Why does no one use guns? I'm guessing some people will. This is like the beginning of the game, though. And they probably won't be rent. And also, it's Europe, so they didn't have as many like guns lying around. Oh, he disappeared. Well, I got a new pastime. Got you something. This will make you feel good. What does this do for you? You like? Oh, hold on. Gotta search some stuff. Trying to kick a severed head. Thanks for that. I mean, hey, works for me. Oh yeah, that's how you do an ATM. You're just like, yeah, I'm gonna pad this thing, get all the money out of it. Alright, gotcha. I'm noticing you can't pick up weapons from enemies, by the way. I don't feel that that's a very good thing. How do you still have money in them after 15? Yeah, I guess no one's like raided them.
Let's get the fuck out.
Tahir, are you there? Do you have my key?
It's Walt. We have to run.
But I'm looking for him.
You idiot. He'll kill you if he finds you.
Dylan!
Fuck. Get to the vent. Quick. This
Oh,
way.
we're watching him die through this vent.
What are you doing?
Waltz can't get the GRE key, remember.
What? Let me out!
Fish eye. The one. Go.
But he's gonna die. What tells you that?
I did. Hey, fellas.
Let him go.
Really jarring to switch because of the lighting. Yeah, I noticed that too. Good came. Yeah, he could have gotten here with us, I think.
Why did you betray me?
This key is not yours. You can't.
Where is it?
In here.
This is the end. I'm sorry.
Getting misty?
Not really. You're only dying. Before 0 hour, my grandfather raised horses. Beautiful rare breeds. I love them dearly. One day, his most beloved horse.
Oh, he's
fell
this
off
type
the
of villain.
slope and broke his
I got
leg.
childhood stories to tell of my
I
papa.
thought Grandpa would help him, but he just pulled out his pistol and put it in my hand. He told me, "You're doing it for him." Then he pressed my finger on the trigger.
Let me tell you about my great father and how he like was a horrible. He made me do fucked up shit.
I wanted my grandfather.
I'm not a
to
fan of
die,
that stereotype.
But years later, I realized what must be done must be done.
Okay, he should definitely be seeing me.
You leave me no choice, my friend.
I mean, his lie made him get cut open like that, so he could have just said I threw it in the river.
Someone's here.
See, yeah, we all should have just been running. You want to know something cool, chat? I just realized I haven't been recording for like the past hour. Just now hit the record button though. I have to play that part of the game over again. I've got rusty. I've been like not doing recording streams for so long. It's okay. It's only the beginning of the game. That's pretty easy to get back caught up with. I just like start a new game after I finish it. It's not the first time that's happened. We getting through. I said it's been like over a month since my last research stream. Don't make fun of me. Am I like dropping bombs in here? Oh, there we go. You had one job, I know. Like I said, it's not the first time I've ever never like forgot to record the opening of a game. Like I said, I just go back and like re-record it. So like I can like speed through it too then as well. Hopefully that's not is that causing the stream to chug or anything? Is that still good though, by the way? Fine, alright. I didn't want you to... I want you to swim, not climb. Game is jank. So far, I haven't really experienced any of it yet.
Damn! Oh, that hurts.
Stream's good. Of all the games you have sinned, which one has bored you the most to play? Valhalla was pretty bad. Because it was just so goddamn long, and I didn't care for anything that was going on in it. But that... also, probably Final Fantasy 13 was pretty bad as well. And that game that everyone loves, Spec Ops: The Line was pretty boring, but that was short though, so it wasn't as bad. I usually only get, like, pissed off at something being boring if it's really long. Vampire was the other big one I didn't like. Actually, I think Vampire might be the most boring game I've ever played, now that I think about it more. In terms of, like, just straight up the amount of talking you had to get through. Because you had to, if you wanted to, like, level up and, like, learn stuff about people, you just had to, like, sit there and, like, listen to people ramble on and on and on and on. Did you start playing Dying Light 2, like, 43 minutes ago? An hour and 43 minutes ago. That's when the stream started, anyways. You'd assume a David Cage game would be the most... No, man. David Cage games always keep you guessing. You never know what direction they're going to go in. I can honestly say a lot of things about David Cage. Boring is not one of them. His games are like, are you seeing this shit? What the fuck kind of situations left and right. The Vampire streams are legendary. I'm glad though someone actually saved those and sent them to me because I was glad everyone could watch those. Ugh. This is what it's like to have COVID. You just get glowing veins in your eyes. Somehow I've actually managed to, I've managed to go this entire time with never catching COVID. I've been fortunate. Watchdog Legion stream was good too. Yeah, but it's just general open world badness.
Who the fuck is this?
He doesn't have a biomarker.
Oh, what?
He's fucking turning!
Kill him! Quick!
You're turning this quick these days?
Let's watch the fucker die!
Wow, good people. Find a way into Metro game and all of a sudden this is happening. Oh, that's ooh, whoa, noosing me, huh? Eyelids grew back. They only grew back for cutscenes, though. Escalated quickly. I imagine you kind of have to escalate quickly when you have someone possibly turning into a monster in front of you.
He's about to turn! He's an outsider! He must be killed! He's with me! You got that?
Didn't I tell you not to go anywhere without me, eh? Didn't I fucking tell you?
Who the fuck are you?
They'll tell you about. Shh, not now.
They were choking? Well, hanging, choking. I mean, he cut me down, so we're okay.
Bring him here.
He put me with another booster shot, goddammit. Oh, but that's a convincing argument. I'm not sure what killed me more, the noose or the bat to the head. You know what? I may have a horrible concussion, but I still recognize the ass. Cakes in the room. This game better than the first one. So far, it feels pretty much exactly the same.
Hack on. Kill him, Hack on. Kill him before I do it for you.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Relax. Breathe.
4 of your family members got COVID. COVID got hit the hard. Mom got hit the hardest. Yeah, thankfully my mom never caught it either.
Seems.
Been careful.
Hack on, I don't want that here.
Whoa, lady. First you try to hang me, then you call me that.
Blink if you understand.
I'm a human, you know.
My head.
You were on the verge of turning, but UV light and inhibitors pulled you back. The bat helped too, of course. You're alive. Let's keep it that way.
Guy almost kills us all and you're chatting him up?
Girls, relax. They're frightened. You almost destroyed their workshop. We need to move out. Can you walk?
But I don't understand.
Don't worry, chat. She'll be our love interest eventually.
To a safe place.
I gotta get to the fisheye.
The fisheye. Without the biomarker, you won't get near it.
What the hell is that?
Biomarker monitors the disease's progression in the dark. That's your ticket into the city. Without it, stepping out of the light is sort of a lottery.
It's just a Fitbit. You can't fool me.
You need a biomarker, and I know where to find one. Come on.
Why are they doing this whole you're infected thing again from the last game? I thought that was like gonna be. Really feel that was needed.
He's turning again.
Relax. Everything's under control. It'll be fine. Hey, you're weak. Take a minute.
How do we all charge these Fitbits so reliably?
Seriously? What next? Maybe we should draw him a bath.
Sounds
Whoa,
pretty
you
close
are
to
really
it.
southern, lady.
Maybe next time.
Get bent, Hack on.
How do you like grow up in Europe and have that accent?
Why are you helping me?
Let's get to know each other and find out. You go first.
Might be an immigrant. Even if she was, it's still been like over a decade. You lose a little bit of that accent living in Europe for a time.
You're careful. Good. You live longer.
She's from southern Alabama,
You
Europe.
a real pilgrim? Or did you steal that badge?
I was a pilgrim.
An hour to dusk.
I'm serious, Hack on. He's not staying the night here.
Here. Your weapon and your radio. Not even a pilgrim could get by without that. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, I will give Polish devs credit. They are not afraid to put cakes in their video games still. They're still doing it. The mad lads. Sensors tell me there's a water. Okay, so let me rob you guys first. Affected playing card, what? Someone coughed on it.
It's a nice place.
So Poland and Japan are ass men? Well, they're just not afraid of, declare it
One that could rob us while sleeping.
with their characters they
Every
model.
pilgrim is a criminal, you know.
Uh-huh.
You have a nice workshop here. Assembling UV lamps, huh?
Yeah. You shouldn't be here. Hakon's risking our asses.
Lady has lazy
need
eye?
Yana to
Well,
put the
you
hurt
shouldn't
on
really
you
point
again?
that out, you know, it's rude. I mean, if you met me, would you, like, immediately comment on my web fingers? Like, oh shit, you got web fingers. Like, yeah, I know.
I'm sorry. I guess I scared you, huh?
Felt better after I hit you. We're even. Yana,
Aiden, what is this place?
our home, our workshop, our whole world, you might say.
You're nicer than she is.
I got web. No, it's
Back
called
off.
what we humans call
Sarah
a joke.
doesn't trust anyone but me. Besides,
But I wouldn't mind having
I'm a
them.
better
Seems
fighter
like it'd be
than
pretty
she
cool.
is, so I can afford
Definitely a
to be more
conversation piece.
open.
I'm from Alabama. You want some sweet tea? You all want some sweet tea, don't you? I mean, you just got turned into a zombie and all.
You got
So it'll
thick
perk you
skull.
right up.
Usually when I whack someone, they don't get up no more.
Blonde has cringe haircut. You know, I mean... Turn that on so I can actually see. Hakan is voiced by David Bell, the guy that invented parkour. Really? How do you actually invent parkour? Because it is just jumping and stuff. Like, I invented jumping from 2 points. Namely in the urban environment. Yeah, it's not that bad of a haircut. Hello? Whoa, okay, you definitely got some burns, though. Night. Yeah, I guess you don't really have a way of treating that. Hey, at least it didn't get your hair. Bless your heart, getting bit and all. Let me get you some grits and sweet tea. Yeah, definitely Polish devs know what they're doing sometimes. He invented it for a movie called District 13. Parkour existed before that movie, though.
Not bad. Where's the fisheye?
The canteen is there, in the center, past the chemical dumps.
I need to get there.
Too bad. Only way to go is through the tunnel. They protect it like a portal to the fucking Valhalla. Near impossible to get through.
Can you help me?
Well, can you help me? You seem to be familiar
Founder
with
and
the
leading
city.
pioneer of the physical discipline parkour.
I've lived in
Ongoing
this
is
city
based
since
on his
before the
training
world got
and the
fucked up.
teachings from his father, Raymond
I could
Bell.
help you, but
Alright, I mean, I'll
You
take
need
it.
a
I mean, hey, that's a legacy.
you won't get far without it. Where are you from? Pretty far, I guess.
About 2,000 kilometers.
Oh, shit. How the heck did you not get infected?
That's easy. Didn't let him bite me.
Here it's different. Here we're all infected. Heard of Haran?
Well, we really
They
suck at
isolated
surviving, don't we?
Villador too. They built
Every
walls.
single one of us.
They locked us in. Turned out to be the thing that saved us.
And how do you get a biomarker?
You can't get them. Unless you know the right people. And I do. Let's go. By the way, I'm Hakon.
I'm Aiden.
Let me tell you about how I invented parkour.
Welcome to paradise.
Oh, he did that thing where he walks off screen like, nope, vanished. Oh no, there he goes. Pick my current objective. Welcome to parkour. I mean, yeah.
Oh, you do know the moves.
I was in the military
Yeah, they teach
Special
parkour in the military.
for 7 years. I even liked it, except when I didn't.
These biomarkers are needed for everyone. Yeah, just monitor. They just monitor the how infected you are, right? Doesn't that mean you're sort of like
Ouch.
fucked?
Now the mighty have fallen.
Like, okay, I'll know when I'm gonna die.
At least I got to know my way around the city. Oh, come on.
Oh, I ran out of
You're
stamina.
too weak. Without an inhibitor, you won't last.
Didn't I smash everything in sight last time you gave it to me?
That was just the first time. But then it gets better. If you survive, of course. Catch!
Ow, you dick! You, my hand, you cut him off.
If I hadn't given it to
Why would you do that?
would have died anyway.
This man is dangerous. You almost killed me. I'm pretty sure you should have killed me if this was reality. At least grievously wound me.
So, why are you helping me?
I know people are generally scared of you guys. But one pilgrim saved my life.
I was a pilgrim. Now I'm infected. It'll be much harder to travel.
Then welcome to your new beginning, my friend. Check out this place. They're like treasure chests. Usually got good stuff in them. Check it out. I'll wait.
Treasure. Roof groves. While traversing through Villador, look for the roof groves. Places of dense vegetation recognized by their yellow trees. Great source of honey, chamomile, and other resources that you can use to craft medicine or consumables. The chance you'll also find the forgotten weapons here as well. The legends. Why is it harder to travel when he's infected? Isn't he? I guess he's like, he's not immune. No, we're infected and we're slowly dying, but so it's like ruining our stamina? I don't know. I mean, it makes sense you get weaker when you get sick, you know.
People hide a lot of things in places like this. In case someone can't make it back to a shelter before dark.
And I will take all of it and leave none for them. God, we love our fucking bees, though, in the future. But you're gonna level up and live forever? I don't know. I mean, considering how the first game went, maybe not. Oh.
What's that?
What?
Crystals. Someone must have stashed them here. They formed after the chemicals were dumped on us. Some believe they delay infection. Folk superstition.
So you don't collect them?
Sure I do. Superstitious people pay a fortune for them. And I am always happy
Am
to
I
take
brave
someone's
enough
cash.
to, what,
There's
level
one
up?
specific
Yes.
chest I'm after. Come on, let me show you.
We got magical, like, disease crystals. Cool. White crystal... So, what? This is a little too weird. Like, we got, like, crystals in our zombie game? Well, they used to sell them on Facebook, but now that people actually believe them. Now you die with a big gulp. Those crystals go for a high price if someone just left it in a box on the roof. Yeah, maybe they didn't realize what they had.
Stop.
The value, you know. It's like the Bitcoin of the zombie apocalypse.
So, you have an army here?
The peacekeepers. They treat people like that
Probably
too.
worked in a kitchen if he's not restocking. I've never worked... Well, I did work in a Wendy's for like 3 days. Does that count?
They guard the tunnel you want to go through.
Handled these kind of guys before. Tell me about
Tell me
them.
more about them.
They consider themselves righteous protectors.
Gwyneth Paltrow
They are
sold them
good
on
at
Goop.
killing infected, so you got to
That's
give
what it
them
looks like
credit
after
for that.
several years.
Yeah, pretty efficient killers.
Yeah, but their righteousness comes with a price. Always remember this. You either play by their rules or you're fucked. Their protection of the bazaar is more like an occupation.
Are you sitting there looking at one of them dialogue trees while you contemplate talking to me? Imagine this is how conversations took place, just stare at each other for like, God, I love video games sometimes. Why only 3 days? I don't know. What do you mean? What do they... actually, what do you say about 3 days? What, I got 3 days to live?
On the trail, I met a lot of tough guys who talked about the new order. It always seemed like the same old shit to me.
Yeah, it's like that here too. And the PKs are getting worse.
Ugh.
I'll proceed with caution.
Oh yeah, 3 days, because I hated
Though
it.
it might not help.
It's like the slowest 3 days of my life, and I was like, nope, I'm out.
Seriously riling up the bazaar folks.
This is my very first
Bazaar is a
job,
box
so...
of dynamite one spark away from blowing up.
Most people don't quit their very first job after 3 days. I did, though.
Hey, are we going? You wanted to show me something?
Sure, follow me.
I just remember, like, working the grill, and I was like, this was a mistake. Massive mistake. Worked at Wendy's, like I said, only for 3 days, and I, noped out. Did you have a stamina bar for, like, parkour climbing and stuff in the first game? I don't remember that being a thing. Nope, it's one of those Dark Souls clones. Yeah, I got the stamina bar in there. I don't recall that being there.
Almost there. I hope
Maybe for swinging your weapon, but I don't know if it was for, like, this.
It's getting dark. They are about to wake up. Quickly, open the chest. return, we'll get your biomarker. Fuck.
Oh, this is doing the same thing the first game did, huh?
Wait.
No, leave it. Mess up that lock and everything's fucked anyway.
Sweet, a GPU!
Enough for a biomarker?
Where'd you get that? I've been all over this city more than most, but even I haven't seen working GRE.
That's definitely gotta be
for
worth some
years.
money. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Yep, I never got a chance to say that though, from a GRE scientist.
I can't say much, but a former GRE scientist, Dylan, gave it to me.
Went to night at
A
mock
guy
speed
named
cutscenes will
Waltz
do that,
killed
you
me.
know.
And before he died, Dylan gave me the key to keep it from Waltz. Contains important information, apparently. I hope to find out more at the fisheye.
We'll have to see, won't we?
Maybe we should have waited until like tomorrow morning to do
Fuck
this.
me. We took too long. Plan B. Run like hell.
Or should have had all the conversations. And we gotta protect this 3080 with our lives. Not gonna get another chance at one of those.
Nathan! You there?
I'm okay. I'm okay, I think.
We need to find a UV lamp.
PC bros know that those are the scalpers.
We can make it.
Smell
Follow
fresh
me.
3080. Grab it, we could sell on eBay. UV light is a symbol of safety at night, and it's only certain protection from... It is only certain protection from infected, so watch for it when you're being chased. Hold Q to use your survivor sense and mark the nearest source of UV light at night with the icon.
They're close.
You know, I never actually went out at nighttime very much in the first game. I almost never had to, so I just didn't bother with it. So hopefully they actually like force your hand a little bit more in this one.
Over there. Toward the light. Can you hear that? We're almost there. A bit further.
That wasn't even... Oh, well, I was expecting something to actually chase us.
Stand in the light.
I am.
Hakon,
Come on. Open up now.
Hakon, a howler's coming.
Biomarkers.
There's no time. We've got the howler on our asses.
Biomarkers.
Didn't you hear? Behind us.
I said biomarkers.
Here.
And his?
He's with me.
I have to see his biomarker.
Let us just inside the door at
I
least.
need to see his biomarker.
How about some electronics, huh?
The GPUs will convince anyone. Special stuff you can only get in the zombie layers at night. Didn't the first game is also? Oh.
You piece of...
Well, I need that 3080. Man, I got a stream I gotta do.
Hakon, it's calling. It's
We need
right.
to get to Killian. There's no time. Run, Nathan.
Uh-oh.
Quick. They almost got
The
us.
zombies have a wanted level.
Don't look back. Run.
Only a 1-star now, though.
Faster. There's more and more of them, Nathan.
Oh, you're stuck. Oh, oh no. That poor... Oh, he was stuck. I think he's still stuck. Where's he at? Oh, he made it.
There. Killian, it's me. Open up.
We're friends here, huh?
Killian, keep them busy. Killian, fuck, Killian.
No one wants to answer a door in this game, and apparently.
Killian! Trip over my body this morning and get killed. Asshole! Stop them!
Oh, well. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Wow, that one somehow, I don't know how that worked.
Let me in! Oh, he did it.
I doubt we're done. Trouble loves company.
Back. Back.
Hakon, get us in there!
I'm trying.
Yeah, he's banging that door harder, Hakon. Tomatoes. What's the heal button again? I kind of forgot. Might need to use that. He's loading, yeah.
I think so. Help me.
Oh, what the?
We're so fucked.
Chase level, what is it? GTA? Yes. Oh. Can't eat him, he's like the inventor of parkour. Can we just take one of those, like, bands off the zombies that I clearly see on their wrists?
Almost did. Didn't want to clean your guts off my doorstep in the morning.
Really good batteries on those if the zombies still have them charged too, by the way.
Look at this.
Shouldn't the UV light being hurting you? You'd think. But I guess it only matters once you're fully infected.
Where did you... That's rare.
You know, he recognized the 3080, doesn't he? Is that the TI version?
Who is this?
I thought those all went up with the Bitcoin bust of 2025. Wait, where's my... yeah, I'm a pilgrim.
I'm a pilgrim.
Why'd they wait so long to turn on the lights?
Haven't been here
Doesn't make
long,
any sense,
have you?
does it?
How did you get into town?
I'll tell you everything. Just let us in.
I waited for a pilgrim once. He was supposed to... Ah, forget it. Doesn't matter anymore. What are you up to, Hakon, huh?
I gave him an inhibitor. He survived.
Are you mad?
He needs a biomarker.
Don't have one.
Bullshit.
Seriously.
Motherfucker.
If everyone in this city has a biomarker, it can't be that hard to get their hands on one.
The hospital then. I was hoping to avoid it.
Always looking for an easy way, huh, Hakon?
I just need a UV lamp.
Supposed to be Scottish? I don't know.
Hold tight.
Hakon, why are you helping him, huh?
Remember when we used to help people?
Me? Sure. But I doubt you do.
Stay here and rest by the lamp. Don't listen to that dumbass.
Maybe you should wait until daylight as well. What's so wrong with that? Or gaslighting you to extort you to do all the side quests. That could be true, actually. Like I said, we could literally take one off the dead bodies out front. I saw the the same marker on their wrists. Just it needs to be charged up, probably. But that, can't really, explain that one away. So they won't even mention it. Like all those ones, those are once they go red, they're bad. You can't use them anymore. Why don't you just cut off a biomarker from you? That's what I was just suggesting, but nope, that's a no-go. I'm just wondering how the zombies also keep them charged to keep the LEDs like showing red on it as well. What weapons do I get on me? Alright, that's pretty good selection. Don't have a biomarker, but I swear if you give me your launch, maybe I'll get you one tomorrow. Sleep. Access our gear. Talk to dude.
But no. You wanted something else. Higher fucking causes. And you could just cook.
Ask about biomarker. Ask about inhibitors.
Biomarkers. Why are they so hard to get?
Because they're complicated devices. Hell, the factories that made them have been out of commission for years. Biomarkers are key to blood. They can't be reused after someone syncs with it. Without them, the infection runs
Oh, well,
unchecked.
that's a horrible design element they made in them.
To you. That's why people pay a fortune to get a new one. All the money and crystals they have. Fortunately, me and Hakon found a place where they can still be made.
What's wrong with Hakon?
Tutorials never end. Games are, more and more complex, so you need longer and longer tutorial sections,
Powerful drug. Most can't handle it.
But I survived.
I said most. So don't get excited.
I think you said you have a cat in a video one time. Do you still? And is it, how is she? I do have a cat, and she is currently sleeping in my other computer chair, 6 or so feet from me. So she's doing fine. Thank you for asking, though, by the way. He even has an emote here on the channel that people can use.
You and Hakon, you known each other long?
And it's a her, too. Her name is Dex.
What did he mean when he said that you used to help people?
We served
Planned obsolescence, even in the apocalypse.
It doesn't matter. Ancient history.
And what about if you need to change the batteries in it? Alright, where can I sleep?
Where can I rest?
So you just got into town. What brought you
Hey,
here?
a subscription for biomarkers.
ain't
It's
the
not human.
promised
Oh, somewhat. Oh,
Far from it.
capitalism doesn't die even with the
And Hakon's
zombie
helping
apocalypse,
get there. You seem like a good kid, but take my advice. Don't go doling out trust like penny candy. Hell,
You take your
how do you
cat
know
to
you can
school,
trust me?
personify. No, I would not take my cat to school.
Okay, enough jabber. Go to sleep. Nothing to be done till morning anyway.
Your emotes got approved? Nice, man, nice. Alright, so... Alright, sleepy time. Game has some of the worst non-squinters. Non-sequiturs, I guess what you meant? Kid, were you dreaming of lollies over there? I heard you saying some weird shit in your sleep.
Very funny.
Well, that guy, I'd like to speak up with that.
Almost. Biomarkers are at the GRE hospital. I'll be there shortly, but to get the job done, I need you to join me.
Where should I go?
With Killian's door to your back, you'll be pointing right at it. Hold the line.
Alright, go join him. Meet a con at the hospital. Where'd our friend go? It's still, well, still nighttime though. No, dart squint, no, dart squint is a totally different thing. So he locked this front door up that tightly, but he left the back door completely unlocked at all? What? Why didn't we just run around to the back of this door if he was having such trouble opening it and turning his lights on earlier? Oh yeah, we could have tried this other door. Also, why'd this guy like run out in the middle of the night? Night exploration. At night, city streets are teeming with infected. To stay safe, use the rooftops. When on the street level, avoid howlers at all costs. So they see you, they will alert other infected and start a chase. During a chase, be on the lookout for hiding spots on the rooftops to hide within beams of UV lights. He's implying his metaphorical back door is unlocked to you. Oh yeah, that is it. You might be onto something. Why does he leave the lights on at night? How? But they were off before. Like, where's he getting power for all this? They can't still be, like, getting gasoline anywhere. For generators.
Yeah, I know. Don't want to go up against
We
any
got
of those
solar
anytime
panels up here?
Once I was taking my second wife to the
No
hospital.
solar panels.
Never drove that fast in my life. Her waters broke 3 months early.
You have kids?
There was no saving that one. And other than that, none that I know of.
Sorry.
It's fine. What normal person would want his kids to see a world
Must
like
be
this?
limited power because otherwise I'd leave the UV lights on all night. Yeah. Well, he's got the one on inside, but I left his doors wide open, so I don't know how that's going to help him out. Tragic backstory. Everyone's got a tragic backstory when zombies are involved. It's kind of it goes, it doesn't even need to be implied. Alright, so avoid the howlers. I guess they can't look up. Maybe their necks are too stiff. Wife had a miscarriage, chat? You need to care. Well, I do. I mean, sad now. What's with the glowing bush over there? Is that I guess it's a hiding spot? You know, where there's light coming out of the bushes? Clearly a good hiding spot. No one will see me here.
Hurry up, Aiden. We have to get in and out of the hospital while it's nighttime. There will be a lot of infected here in the morning.
Firegrass, huh? Well, I guess it's just meant to like lightning bugs like it. What we got? Oh yeah, I can need to heal because I'm, you know, low. H to use. All right. I guess I got full health because I didn't do anything. Maybe you can find Pokemon. It's not that type of game.
The lock is broken.
Don't worry. Find the old bus.
A bus?
At 0 hour, a bus crashed into the hospital. Broke through the wall. You can use it to get inside.
Since no one could get in, there's a good chance there'll be some markers left.
I'm in. Why do you think that would go well? I mean, I assumed it. He tried to open the door. Right. You going to bed? Above? You have a good night, man. Thanks for being here.
I'm at the main entrance.
Yeah, also 25 bits. By the way, for anyone who has BTV installed, I put a new emote that, you know, I thought was pretty appropriate for you guys. See if you can guess which one it is. The 20 feet drop? Oh, well. We're parkour. That doesn't affect us as much. What's BTTV? It's like your extra emotes you gotta use on Twitch.
Big building, huh? GRE took over quite a few of these for drug research. When it all got fucked, they grabbed research volunteers.
And free emotes at that. He said that it's like at a Chrome extension though, you just install it. What is this crap? This is the crystal stuff? Got really low res textures on it. Kind of shit looking textures, actually.
Just a little more. We don't have much time. Stay close to me.
These would never hold up your weight. You got popcorn? I've not had popcorn in a while, so I'm kind of envious. Mainly because I refuse to eat microwave popcorn. If I'm gonna have popcorn, I gotta, like, you know, cook it in a kettle or something. Where'd he go? Oh, I guess he actually went outside. Am I going to share? Oh, well. Well. It's cute to always ask that question when someone brings food up in the conversation, but we all know. It's impossible with the current technology.
You know how to open locks?
Sure. Turn the key.
What if you don't have a key?
Pick it.
Hakon, I've traveled thousands of kilometers. You think doors are a problem for me?
Okay, just checking. I think this room should have all the instruments.
Yeah, they get smart with me.
I found some scrap.
You can make lockpicks out of that.
Oh. What was press 0? O? Really? O is the button to go into. Why are they? Do the Polish are they using like the Polish alphabet or something for this keyboard prompts? T to turn on your flashlight. O to go into like crafting. Do they know the tab key exists? All right, so lockpick. All right. Some of my skills. Are the controls at least WASD? Yes.
Good work.
Lockpicking. Use lockpicks to open locked doors and containers. Lockpicks can be easily cracked or scrapped to make sure you craft them frequently. To pick a lock, you need to find the correct position for the upper pick and move the upper pick with mouse. To test the upper pick's position, press A to move the lower pick, and further you are from the correct spot, the more resistance you will. Basic video game lockpicking, so otherwise.
Oh, you didn't lie. You know your stuff.
I had no other choice. Was forced to know my stuff.
I wouldn't really care if I know like a petty criminal thing in this world. Oh, sick.
Oh, what the hell?
He doesn't know he's infected even, like, oh, what's this shit happening to me again? You were forced to know your stuff? Well, yeah, I mean, most people don't know parkour. Wasn't I forced to know that? Inside here. Locked room in, what a man. Well, this is a building. Not quite the same as a mansion. Yeah, gotta do the thing. What? But I'll go ahead. What a man! You gotta do the right voice too. It's hard to do that in text. What a mansion!
Fuck.
I thought he has been here many times before, but he feels like this is his first time. Constantly getting stuck.
There you go.
That won't work. Shh, let's go. This way. Dark zone in front of us. Keep quiet.
What's in front of us? I don't like how the cutscenes keep turning my flashlight off. I get a game. He's got, something happened in his childhood. Drilling in a little too hard on it. Hopscotch, huh? Do kids actually still play hopscotch?
Mia? Eddie, where are you? That's a bad idea, Mia. If it was a good one, it wouldn't be fun.
Oh, they don't shave the girls here?
What are you doing? Mia, not on the wall.
Stop talking and give me your hand.
Aiden.
You're remembering your childhood over there, Aiden. I just want every character to be aware when you're having a moment and exactly what it is. Just once. They can just like see the signs. Hospital.
This hospital. I've been in one like this before.
A GRE facility. Well, there are a few of them around the city.
I'm having these memories. The person I'm looking for is Mia. She's my sister. I told you about Waltz before.
Mention something. Yeah.
I don't know. It's all mixed up in my head.
You suppressed the memory. Like I did of my third wife.
Really? You suppress the memory. These choices will matter? I would assume so, yeah. But it hasn't really given me like a clear decision moment yet. I think there's supposed to be like big moments where you like actually lock yourself out of like entire like parts of the map. At least that's what they were originally going for. Like you could like choose like flood a section, which would open up one section but close off another. I don't know if that's still in it though. Maybe I got cut. But I'm sure there'll be some, like, you know, you've made a decision. The die is cast. Off we go. And... kiwi juice. Wow, wow, I didn't think you'd actually grab one of those. Nice, nice. Oh. Still going, huh? How you doing, chat? Animations are so bad? Really? I mean, they're pretty good.
We have to walk past them. If you crouch and move slowly, they shouldn't notice you. Get too close and you're done for. You probably know that already.
I do.
Yeah, I'd assume if I've, like, been doing this on my entire life. But he's got to go to the tutorial anyways. You got nail polish today. How are you? I'm not in, like, nail polish good mood, but, you know, I'm pretty good. Have you put it on yet? Senses of sleeping biters are limited. Aren't they supposed to... wait a minute. I thought when it's nighttime, they go out into, like, outside of their, like, nests, and that's the reason you come into them. Why are they in here sleeping? Executing your survival thing. Most of them do, I think. Yeah, that's supposed to, like, they're supposed to, like, always empty these places out so you can, like, check them at night. Take my feel. They are obviously waiting for the protagonist. Oh, it's, you know, the reserves. Can I use my flashlight? Plus, imagine how packed it would be during the daytime. Well, you can come into them during the daytime, but you're just more likely to die, right? You're not exactly locked out of them. Yeah, the thing about doing this stealth is it's hard to do when you're playing a keyboard because you don't have the you know, degree of input. It's either on or off with a key. Also, holy shit, you're right. His voice is at least 2 octaves higher. What? Roy Baker isn't the worst thing. Okay, or he didn't even need your hate NFTs. People just can't stop bringing up Troy, can they? Hey, they're awake back there. We'd be breathing this stuff.
Chemicals. Nasty shit. When they lost control of the virus, the GRE started spraying the whole city with that filth. Worked out great for them, huh?
And we're breathing it in? I assume it's like a weapon. We should get pressure-sensitive WASD keys instead of RGB. Well, most keyboards are made for, like, yo, clicking and typing. Well, pressure sensitivity wouldn't really be that great for that. But it wouldn't be nice if there was, like, an option to have those specific 4 keys in that degree like that. Shit.
So, this guy you told me about, what was his name? Waltz?
Yes.
Why did you mention him?
Because I remember he was doing some kind of experiment.
Games really should have a walk bind near the wall. It'd be nice. But I guess they, like, maybe they're like, well, just play it on the controller then.
People were working toward a vaccine.
What we made it for.
But, well, the world is full of shitheads.
love you, Slice. I love whoever Slice is. I want to get on this love fest. Well, Precious. I've never heard anyone refer to Precious as Slice before. So I was like, who's Slice? Oh. If this guy is definitely betraying us at some point. He seems like a friendly type.
Be careful.
He knows parkour. You can trust people who know parkour. When has there ever been a bad guy who knows parkour? Outside of that shitty Die Hard movie. It calls you Slice? Yeah, for you it's like the freshest is what I always call you, or fresh.
You alive? I guess so. Can you climb up?
Don't worry, I've got 2 spleens, right?
Sure, just give me a sec.
Hurry. We're running out of
You know,
time.
so the human biology is weird. We should definitely have more than 2 of every organ we got. That it's only like, a few of them. Alright, we climb this stuff? At some point, I'm guessing we can climb these crystals. It seems like that's an obvious thing. I'm supposed to just wait for him?
Taking your time, are you?
Oh, well. Oh, okay, there we go. I'm almost out of stamina, though.
I can't make it.
Humans are so invested in their brains, we can't really afford to have double. Well, we can have more. Well, true. But I'm also just speaking from like bullshit, jokey, mode. I wouldn't mind having a second heart. That'd be nice.
Look for white, green crates. Inhibitors should be inside. If you take another dose, you
Oh, having a stamina, huh? 2 dicks? Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Gray access key is a highly sophisticated encryption tool that can unlock special doors and chests marked with the GRE logo. Additionally, gray key activates automatically when they're close to an inhibitor container, revealing the distance to its location. If we're to have double of our evolutionary past, the number of fat people today say that's obviously not true, huh? Getting very sciencey up in chat tonight, I think. Maybe. There's no better word than sciencey to describe intellectual stuff, isn't there? The apocalypse, where every important place is color coordinated, I know, right? Real helpful on that worked out.
Don't move. You can't handle that. I know. I've seen this fucker.
Hey, Novak, you have a good night, man. Oh, no, you're actually going to say goodnight to your mom. Say goodnight to your mom for me as well. Just in case, you gotta keep my options open. Is a Rolex in my wish list? No, I have no interest in expensive watches or jewelry. I don't understand the appeal, to be honest. Like, oh yeah, let me wear this easily stealable and, highly possible to damage item on my wrist. It also displays that I have poor taste, and I'm also frivolous with my money. You should definitely rob me. No, not for me. This is zombie functions on T-Rex logic, or they just have very narrow depth of field. Oh, that, we just like, use the touchscreen, huh? All the women you see that you have a tiny penis, a Rolex, well, let's tell them you got money, so it's supposed to make up for it, I think. Also, let us dispense with everything meaning you have a tiny penis. Sometimes it just means you got poor taste. You can have a giant cock and still have extremely poor taste and bad judgment. You wear all your jewelry on your penis. How comfortable is that? Especially when it's like changing size throughout the day. Maybe not use the flashlight here. You know, if I were gonna actually get zombies in my game, I would get actual crack addicts to do the mocap for it. I want the realistic performance possible. Either that or someone with like a wasting muscle disease, so they like stagger around convincingly. GMC, have a good night, man. If you're leaving, I saw someone say it. I mean, if I ever become a millionaire, I think I'd be dope to have a Rolex. You'd think it's dumb even for rich people? I mean, if you just want to display your wealth, I mean, sure, I just don't really see the point. If I'm a rich, I would want very few people to know just by looking at me that I'm rich. That seems like a bad idea to me. I'm not really into the idea of like flexing the wealth if you got it. It's like, yeah. It seems like really juvenile. And stems from like low self-esteem. Like, oh, this means I'm worth something. I'm going, by the way. Here? Oh.
Aiden, hurry. If that infected finds you, you're dead.
Give me some of that good stuff. They obviously kept it in vending machines. Not gonna lie, if I see someone with a Rolex, they are the last person I want to rob. They probably spent all their money already. Some actually decent logic there. Because most people, I'm guessing, wearing Rolexes are people who have just, like, got it just so they can pretend they're, like, really wealthy. Hey, but hey, if I ever, like, get rich off my cryptocurrency, I'll definitely, like, buy a Rolex just like, hey, I did it. Made it. And then I'll, like, sell it off immediately after I've shown it off on, social media. Good point. Food for thought. I mean, if you want a Rolex, I would say if you want a Rolex, get it because you like the look of it, and you'll also like wearing wristwatches, not because it's, like, valuable. Are there, like, even more expensive watches than Rolexes as well? Pretty sure there are. Well. Take the time.
This way to the kitchen. We'll eat all the ice cream they hid from us.
I'm scared, Mia.
Yeah, me too. And I'm younger.
There's something really off about that little girl's voice acting.
The doctor sees us.
He won't. Besides, he'd have to catch us too. Come on, don't back out now.
We needed that image to make us angry.
Don't be a chicken, 80.
I think that piece of wisdom, I agree with you, is something you need to have poor childhood to understand. Not necessarily. You don't have to grow up poor to understand, like, certain things. I don't want to, like, equate my own, like, childhood with, like, I'm a wizened person because I was, had the experience of being, complete poor. Like, shockingly levels of poor growing up. Because I know plenty of people who, like, not only were they shockingly poor, they also were dumbasses and stayed that way. Most of the people who grew up poor stay that way because they don't get the proper education and everything else they need. You miss Alma from Fear? I should play Fear. At some point I should play, like, Stream Fear too. Fear, I would never buy something just for status. It would be something I liked and enjoyed. If you go that direction, if you really want a Rolex, then I'd like, hey, go for it. Like, generally, when people want to flex their wealth, they get cars, I think. Like, because that's usually, like, something that's got more utility to it than a watch. Ammo breaches. Asporphin? So, they put soap in their emergency container. And resin. And inhibitor. Inhibitors. Inhibitors are the only way to increase your maximum stamina and health. Increase those attributes as important as it unlocks access to some of your skills. Each upgrade requires 3 inhibitors. If you find them, go to this... What kind of drug is this? Yeah, you gotta inject yourself 3 times to increase your overall health and stamina. This is just straight up bad steroids. Inhibitors can be found in Greek containers. Oh, this one had 3 in it. Let's see, you need 3 inhibitors to upgrade stamina or health. Not use stamina to be able to, you know, climb higher, huh? You know, there's another way of increasing your stamina. It's called exercise. No. We got juice. Yeah, I would think a guy who's into parkour would already have really good stamina, by the way. You want to flex your wealth, you just remember that you're poor. I mean, I've actually seen poor people have their own way of flexing wealth, by the way. They got options. Weirdly, in my area where I grew up, it used to be if you had a satellite TV, or satellite dish on your roof, that was like a way of flexing you're like, I'm making it when you're poor. Got satellite TV. I don't know why, but then some people bragged about it. I remember like some of my friends, we got satellite TV in our house. Like, oh. Cool, I guess. Active landing, reduce fall damage by keeping... Oh, I don't have any points. What am I looking at that for? Oh, right in the dick. Sorry, Jix. Right in, Joe.
I took the inhibitor.
Feel stronger somehow. More manly. The bull shark testosterone is finally kicking in. You're in the military, we normally just pretend we're poor, even though we can get middle-class lifestyle. I mean, yeah. I mean, you don't have to worry about healthcare anymore. That's covered for you at the very least. That's a bit of relief. I guess it also depends how long you stay in there. Depends on how much you make. So I guess yeah. Healthcare, food, housing. Plus you get like a really good deal on like loans too, right? If you ever want to do that. And possibly pay, your college payment, so. Free home loans, yeah. Like I have a friend who's a veteran. And he used it recently to buy a house. Did they pay this composer a lot of money, by the way? Listen, it's like dun 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 dun. That'll be $800,000 for that one track, please. Oh, hold on, let me go that way.
Hello? Hakon? Hakon! Hurry. I found the markers.
Ow. This climbing ain't shit. They saw Breath of the Wild and realized, hey, we should have stamina on our climbing as well. U.S. military pays you just enough to live comfortably? Well, yeah. Like I said, it depends on whether you're just like a straight recruit or like you went to officer school and a lot of other things. But they usually take care of your room and board mostly for you when you're actually in service, because you're like living on base oftentimes. There's a lot of like expenses you don't have to worry too much about. It's only like once you're off duty. I think, right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, there's an inhibitor. Well, no, it's a regular bracelet. Cigarettes. Time to pick up an addiction? I don't know. No, we're just gonna sell them. I don't know if I want to pick up the medicine out of the trash. You love gay? Well, a good, happy world for you. Strange comment. Didn't grab that. Can I grab that? Do I have, like, max of it? Alright, fine, leave it there. Cigarettes, for what you want, diminished lung capacity in a zombie account. Well, especially when we just upgraded our stamina as well. You date a military man? Most women will, I would assume. The whole uniform and all that.
Let's hustle it in. You were gone a while. How are you feeling?
I'm infected, but good to go.
Yeah, that's great. Sorry about this.
What? Sorry about what?
About that. On behalf of all its whores, bandits, and idiots, I christen you a citizen of Villador. You're about to turn. Get into the light fast.
The light? Oh. My immunity is low. Move to UV light. So, wait, if you're just in the sunlight, you don't get infected? You don't progress in the infection anymore? What about all that shit in the first game where you had to keep injecting yourself? He was in the daylight all the time. Women will straight up randomly approach you in public, which is just weird, not ugly by any means, but definitely not used to that before joining. I mean, just the uniform, man, it helps. Don't know why, it just does.
That was close.
You have to go for the head, not just smack its stomach to kill it. Well, I was just needing to run from it, actually.
Fell into it. I roamed the country for another reason entirely. I'm looking for my sister.
And then what?
And then?
What will you do once you find your sister?
Help me, step bro. I don't know. We'll settle down. Wait, what? We'll settle down. Okay, we'll go the creepy option.
I'll find someplace for us to live. You know, someplace quiet. Gotta settle down somewhere now that I'm infected.
Where will you go?
Kind of a plot hole, a massive one.
Well,
Like, being in the sunlight didn't stop him from being infected, you know, progressing in the infection. In fact, if staying in the sunlight is all it takes to keep from turning into a zombie, this should never become a world-ending disease.
To catch fish.
Fish are good.
That's pretty easy to counter, actually.
Well, I have a very specific plan.
You look like someone with a specific plan.
I'd like to live by the ocean. You know, it's supposed to be easier there. I always wanted to learn how to surf.
They say at the start of the game, what, different strain this time? Oh, it mutated?
Don't laugh at my dreams, man. I know one thing. I have to get out of this city. It's killing me, right from the inside. Will you help me?
The ocean's a long way from here. And we're both infected. People don't want pilgrims for their neighbors.
Fuck people. I will help you with them.
Or check my previous statement, major death vibes for this guy.
You know the routes. You know how to survive.
We'll wait and see. It ain't gonna be soon, I don't believe.
We cover each other's asses. How does that sound?
Deal? Sure, why not?
Okay, let's do it.
Kind of to turn down the guy who just got, you know, saved your life by giving you an expensive Fitbit.
I promise. As for your goal, here's the situation around here. After the PK commander was murdered, they blocked the route to the center. They're trying to keep the killer from escaping. To get to Fisheye, we have to outsmart them. But I know when they change the night guard. That will be our chance.
Speaking of alcohol, have you purchased any new wine? No.
Gonna get the stuff we'll need for the passage. I have to suss out our odds. Meantime, take a look around. Live a little. Come on. Let me show you something.
Let me show you the last part of our tutorial. Shrooms. Consuming UV shrooms restores part of your immunity. This is turning into Dark Souls. You have immunity, humanity, Kendall, or Embers. And from shrooms, no less. This is a very weird disease.
Here. You'll need these. Take a look around the city. Old Villador. Plenty of interesting spots to check out.
Figured out how to get in this area. We go at night. Yeah, worked out well as well. The zombies clear out at night, so there's few of them in there. Binoculars, now you discover important open world locations. Press B to use them. Finally, a key that makes sense. Watch the reticle in the center of the screen closely. It gets smaller. Okay, I've seen this mechanic before. Location discovered by binoculars are automatically added to your map. This is the way games are doing these days. Instead of watching stuff like radio towers, you're just gonna look through it, like, get to a certain point and look around a lot. Dude, get good. Hey, you're talking to the man who just recently beat Dark Souls 3, alright? You shut up. I've gotten good. I even beat, like, the super boss of that game on my first try. You can get gooder than that. See your accomplishments. So these are smart binoculars, I guess what you could call them. Old Villador Master Windmill. Like shrinking in this area, but I can't see anything over there. Alright, there we go.
You see the church? That's where the Howlers were after us. It's the center of the district.
Yeah, I can see exactly what that is. How dare you speak to the man who sinned all 3 Kingdom Hearts games? True. My accomplishments are legion and they are recorded for posterity.
You can find notice boards with missing people around the city. One of them is near the church. Maybe somehow you'll find something about your sister there. And if not, just have fun. The world's already ended, right? How could things get any worse? I'll be back in touch when I've got a handle on things.
You've unlocked the open world zoom level. Press M for the map. Okay, how much are we dealing with? Okay. You've unlocked the open world zoom level of your map. All open world activities you discover using the binoculars or during explanation will be visible here. If I move this around. It says if that's a zoom in. If I want to move the map around, I'm supposed to hold in right click, but it doesn't do anything. Is that it? I mean, I hope that's it, but there's probably more. I'm trying to move. Okay, I could hit in reverse. That's why it wasn't working. Your first girlfriend was in ROTC in college, and she was in nursing. Not gonna lie, the training regimen was not easy at all, especially when you're a night owl like me. I can imagine. Right, so now there's more, a lot more shit. There's another district. This is just the baby district, the table, the kid table. All right, so, we got Bazaar, Survivor Territory, originally the church, safe zone, waypoint. Let's get rid of that. Metro, the Holy Trinity, Metro Station, Villador subway system was built in the second half of the Survivor Territory. Pumpkin farms are where the people grow, process, and package pumpkins. They have shown an extraordinary resilience against the effects of the THV Gin mod. Okay. Alder Windmill, built by the Night Runners soon after the end of the Civil War in 2025, using old furniture and other scrap. When operational, they can provide power to a small settlement. Unlock faction structures and activate a safe zone. Continue. Yes. Damn, you gotta use the binoculars to unlock the landmarks. Interesting. Yeah, that or radio towers. But yeah, I guess you use them from somewhere in each district and you can like find shit. Horseshoe Wonder Facility. It's locked, so I can't go over there right now, I guess. Activity log, yeah. And then we got Willow Windmill. Okay, these windmills are starting to sound familiar as like, towers to me. Like, you just go up and do shit on it. Old Villador Master Windmill. Magnum Opus of Night Runner Architects. Game should have been called Dying Human. That's actually a better name, actually. Alright, let's go to the windmill. Unless it has another objective for me. Getting stronger, quest completed. Story markers of plague. Hakan said biomarkers would be found at a nearby hospital. Okay, we just did that. It's going to be dangerous. Can I really trust him? Okay, this is still going on somehow. Okay. I could. Welcome to Villador. You have now unlocked the open world of Villador. Your first goal is to visit the Survivors Hub. At the bazaar, you'll find a merchant and resting place and your stash. Use your binoculars and survey the area to reveal additional locations on the map, like windmills, which activate new save zones. There are plenty of places like this in the city, waiting for you to discover them. As you explore the world, watch your compass for encounters. They offer you a chance to help some Villador citizens in exchange for XP and various rewards. Thoughts so far? It's remarkably almost identical to the first game in most gameplay functions. Do I still miss your first X sometimes? Nope. Not at all. Okay. Like a thing right across from me. Whoa, shit. And there, story ended. Didn't know. I was like, well, okay. Watch that first step. Where am I? Okay. Yeah, I apparently just walked right off that. Alright. It does remind me of Far Cry 5. Well, everything probably reminds you of Far Cry 5. It's a first-person open-world game. There's a reason. They're all kind of similar. You a good guy? Nope, definitely not a good guy. Oh, he's southern. Asshole. Oh no, they got the alarm stuff here too. So how could someone actually come and like help them out on a building rooftop? Oh, it does. My feet are the most deadly weapon. This is supposed to be Europe, by the way. Any day now, gentlemen.
Let's go! Yeah!
Oh, you got a lot of blood leaking. Ah, what? Oh, almost jumped off.
For you, motherfucker. Let's go! Hey, jackass! You like that? This motherfucker! You're done.
He dead? I think he's dead. You are a random psychopath coming to 3 men chilling it. They attacked me first. They just like assumed I was a bad guy. I came over to say like, oh, they look like they're cool guys. Wasn't my fault. They're the one who made the incorrect assumption. Oh, Brit. Alright, I guess there's, not much there. Okay, there's like waypoints everywhere on my map already. Like, full of garbage. Let me start a new recording as well. Right, where was I headed again? Encounter? Okay, there's one right next to us. Unknown location. Visit this. Didn't I just come from there? Oh god, so I'm starting to see why this might take 500 hours if you want to do everything. Instead of just popping up. Alright, we'll check out the encounter. Is that tracking it or not? Okay, now it's tracking it. I think.
What the fuck is that?
What? I was told this was an encounter.
Over here, jackass! Dead! I've got you now, motherfucker!
If they made every villain in this a southerner in Europe, I'm just getting well, this guy clearly not. They really like the word jackass, don't they? This takes a long time to heal, by the way.
Eat this, motherfucker!
God, this takes a while to kill people in this game. There it goes. Oh, you run it? You run it? No. Oh. What is he climbing down? What? What was this trick you just pulled out? Oh, the pipe, I guess? I don't know. Whatever. Lockpick medium, huh? Camo breeches. And sport. Also, we can get a spear, it looks like. Oof, can I like put this away? Oh, it's an opportunity weapon. Shit, I should have used it earlier. Heal. I probably can't like run around with this in my hands, but we also need to like... What was crafting again? There we go. Need more of this. All that for a pair of pants? I don't... Do we even have like the ability to like change it? I guess we do. Right. So what do we got? Archer wrappings? There we go. No, I haven't really picked up anything new. And I'm currently wearing the best breeches I got. Alright. Green went out for a second. Did you murder the post-apocalyptic hillbillies? Yeah, one of them then climbed down an invisible ladder to get away from me. Where'd that spear go? Alright, where's the next, fun time location? That's like a safe house, isn't it? Location discovered. Move on. Let's go to the windmill. Man, literally only cuts his hair around his ears. Yeah, well, hard to get proper haircuts in these days. Oh wow, we actually can't keep the spear. Nice. I don't know how you're supposed to do parkour when you can just like hold a spear, but all right, I'll take it. Now this should remind you of a very different Far Cry game. Not just, the last one. I'm getting back to work. Good night. Hey, you have a good night, Galadit. Thanks for being here. Hope you enjoyed the stream tonight. These people don't know how to make bridges.
Ah, gee. Gotta remember to buy wax. We're almost out of candles. We need the juice to turn on the UVs. Get on top and activate the windmill, will ya?
Gotcha. You mean you don't even know me, but you're gonna trust me that, alright? These people. How do you grow trees on top of a building, by the way? Like, where are these roots going? That ain't how that works. that ain't how that work at all. That's a little messed up. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, the trees are finding much nourishment in this building. Alright, so that's the windmill I gotta get on, right? We're using post-apocalyptic magic. That's illegal. I don't think it's possible. I mean, it would have made more sense if it's like growing up out of the building, but that's not the case. You can see the roots spreading out. It's happening all over the place, too. The trees are just growing out of the building tops. Something tells me they were they're just like, fuck it, no one will care. Except for like one asshole on the internet. Has got any good stuff on you? No, alright.
Sometimes if I stay out too long, I get the feeling that there's no one left in the city. Then this horrible fear overwhelms me.
How do you like Villador so far?
Everyone just automatically knows me. I don't like that in a game. You should not trust me at all. Like, earlier they tried to hang me because they didn't know who I was. And they're like, oh, you know what? Okay, we can go with that, huh? Like, you seem cool now. You got the bracelet of friendship. What? What? Is that like a springboard? What? Oh, it's an inner tube. Bouncy, bouncy. They could just put a ladder here. Boy, fucking bouncy bounce. We're alive. I think, God, that's kind of, you know, hard to do it properly. Now, they tried to hang you because you didn't have the fit bit of health, so yeah, once you have that, you're all good with them, though. I mean, it's not like everyone here didn't at one point not have the Fitbit, but they just see you with like, nope, fuck that guy. Also, this is totally climbing the towers again. You know, the radio towers, only with a different name. Windmills now. Oh, it's a little dirty. Never mind. You're alright, friend. Guess there's something that parkour after all. Am I gonna stream 3 more hours? No. I'm gonna stand up till midnight. So about a little under an hour. Windmills and faction structures. Activating a windmill creates a safe zone around it, which provides a resting place protected by UV light. Active windmill enables nearby abandoned structures to become faction structures. These buildings will contain merchants. Those offer new quests, challenges, and an additional source of UV light at night. The nature of the faction structure depends on who controls the surrounding area. If you have not already, you must assign the zone's faculty. Oh no. To either the peacekeepers or survivors. This will determine the people and quests you'll find in it. You have unspent. Okay, you get a free skill point whenever you do that too. So, like, it seems like it's really hard to level up in this game, though. By the way. All right, make your last climb on ledges even when your stamina is gone, and briefly maintain your grip when you land on ledges from great heights. Okay, that sounds like it might be useful. Reduce fall damage and keep your momentum. Well, that's also pretty good, but I think reducing fall damage actually is better right now. So happy. You love your new emotes? Ah, well, you deserve them, man. Good job. I wonder if Breath of the Wild is fresh. I wonder if we'll actually... who actually thinks Breath of the Wild 2 is coming out this year, by the way? I mean, what does Nintendo actually announce that's coming out this year, besides what they've already released? Where'd my spear go? I kept that on the way up here. Boo. I mean, it's been 2 Pokemon games so far, right? Trading post, settlement, survivor territory. A trading post is where a shopkeeper sells candles, parts, and other artifacts found in decaying streets and buildings. The city might host specific survivors needing aid and services. Yeah. Trading post, right. And then we got that. That's locked off. Metro, the Holy Trinity. Another one over there. Then there's like that thing. And, guess we should head there now. Don't really want to go to a trading post yet. Rooftop schools provide an opportunity to children to learn how to read, count, play, and most importantly, learn the world's history. They also host specific survivors need aid, so you just go there to get more shit. Half-Life 3 is coming out this year. I mean, technically we already got it in the form of the VR game. Gosh, maybe I should use my binoculars up here. Oh, that's some shitty looking textures over that way. It's shrinking, but it's not shrinking enough. Game is not looking good up close. Well, in the distance, any games gonna look bad because it's just, you know, 2D images and like LOD. Doesn't, you know, save on performance. I don't know if I'm a fan of this windmill shit. Or not the windmill stuff, but just looking through binoculars. It doesn't seem to work too well. Maybe it's just out of range and I can't see it from here. There we go. Game is not, but I hope you eventually get like binoculars that aren't broken. Well, they do seem like they're working. They're smart binoculars too. They recognize places. Somehow. It's just not... I've done this mechanic in other games and it's a bit better than this, usually. Okay, whatever. Anything else over this way? Alright, good enough. Let's get to our next location. This, like, actual objective. You know, I wouldn't mind the wingsuit from Far Cry right now. Are we still playing Shadow of War? Nope. We finished with that one. Oh yeah, I can just fall into the garbage, can't I? Oh no, oh shit, they pulled the garbage. You assholes! There was garbage here to like soften the landing, and they got rid of it and put wheat. What are we gonna do with wheat? I needed the garbage to land in.
Hey, back off.
No, fuck you. You took away the garbage landing. I was like, oh, I remember like, I was like, oh, that's for you jump off and get off quickly. No, not anymore, Nate. Ow, my ankles. Better be making bread with that. Wait, you couldn't... Wait, this is a roof. How are you going grain up here on tin? This isn't how plants work. Yeah, you can grow the crops right here on the tin, brother. Plant the seed here. Plant it deep. Good growing source. Also plant it here under the tower so it gets plenty of sunlight and is never blocked by the structure above it. Oh, this is like those people in like, what was it, that Chaz place and like that got taken over a few years ago for like, and they started trying to grow shit in the field. This is what this was reminding me of. Plant the seed deep, chat. You heard yes, exactly. Always plant the seed deep. On the wrong side of the building. Its wheat runs on the same place as cyberpunk crops. Well, what? In this case, I'm pretty sure you can't grow wheat on a on a building service. Excuse me, sirs. Excuse me. This way. Can I get up somewhere, please? Game sucks, but I like watching. This is not a bad game. I mean, it's just you know, parkour and zombies. I mean, it's a pretty decent, alright. I mean, I'm not hating it, but then again, with any open world game, it really depends on how long it takes me to get through it, more than anything else. Can you not jump? Okay, I'm not liking what they've done with the stamina system, though. It's kind of annoying. You're not into it? Yeah, you haven't been anything I've played recently, though. Why is my chat becoming more, you know, difficult to, you know, impress than I am? I'm usually the guy that never can be impressed, you know. More crops. Okay, this was this guy's place, wasn't it? Back home? Well, he just disappeared, didn't he? Straight up disappeared. Honeymoon period is over.
What is it?
Something fucking stung me!
Okay, sit down.
Damn it! Ah, my neck's killing me.
Oh, it was probably just a bee.
Yeah, there are a lot of those around. I've seen.
Don't be such a baby.
Come on, this fucking hurts.
Quit your bawling, you big baby.
You like Shadow of War, so you know that statement isn't true. I mean, I can't remember every game everyone likes or dislikes.
Thanks. Glad one of us is prepared.
Alright, to the church we go. Is there like a landing spot? They won't mind me like carrying this spear through it, will they? I mean, I don't have a way of putting it down unaggressively.
Someone's got to do something about the water situation. Don't trust the peacekeepers.
What if he's allergic to bees? Yeah, good question. He's just fucked then. No more of those, anti-shock, whatever they call them. Things you get like when you have an allergic reaction. Just inject it. See, this would be a good place to grow the wheat. Why are they growing none here? Just like weeds.
It's my wife I'm worried about. At least yours is alive.
I guess they're having like water issues, so they can't grow any crops. EpiPens, yeah, EpiPens, that's it. We've had her look around. My spear's gone. I guess he doesn't let you bring it in. It's no Michelangelo.
Hey, watch where you're going. What a day. No frigging way I can do it. 5 years of learning and all for nothing. Easy money. I just have to get
Like we just found some like angry sad guy and we're like, yep, he's got a job for me. Meet the people of the bazaar.
What's the problem?
Hey, aren't you the pilgrim they wanted to hang? Man, you were in luck there. I could use some of that luck. I'm Alberto's apprentice. Not for long, probably. It's the third time I'm taking a shot at this test. If I fail again, Craftmaster Alberto's gonna kick me out.
What the Craftmaster?
Hey, what's a Craftmaster?
Any animals?
You're not from around here,
no.
right? Craftmasters are people who invent new technology, design innovations, all sorts of gadgets that might help in combat. Alberto's the Grand Master around here. Like I said, I'm his apprentice. People laugh at him.
What about, things that can improve people's standard of living? Is it just solely combat weapons? Grandmaster, I've attached a rope to this spear-like object. Now it can be, you know what I'm talking about. They spend all their like resources on making like goofy weapons, and so like, what would be great if you made a fucking dialysis machine.
What's this test about?
What about a water purifier? Can you do that? Me one of those?
Something useful for the citizens.
Woman's giving you confidence. You're dancing abilities.
Underwater reading glasses for Alberto.
Hey man, don't knock it. She's vibing over there.
And besides, we have no dogs here. All my ideas are worthless. Now is my last
Where's the music
chance to
coming
prove
from?
that I am not worthless.
Speakers, I
So I
guess.
spent the last several weeks walking around the bazaar and thinking hard. And then I hit it. Our goats. They're kept in cages because they eat crops. But life in cages makes them sad, and they give less milk. So I came up with the idea of a fence, energized with just a tiny bit of voltage. That would keep the goats under control, but let them produce more milk. I called this
Guy is
invention
bizarre.
the electric fence.
A little rough, buddy.
Yeah, that's a little rough. Stressed goats can give bitter milk.
Seriously? Goats get stressed?
Wouldn't you? If someone electrocuted you and then went for your crotch?
Oh, no. It's only a very small voltage. Won't do more than tickle them.
Don't we have like very limited electricity here? Can we really use that in that goat fence?
So, what seems to be the problem with this invention of yours?
Hey, Dr. Baby, thank you for the gift sub to Chorius.
I'm worried I won't be ready on time. Maybe you could help me. If you find them for me, I'll give you one of my super cool inventions.
Nothing to do with goats, I hope.
Nah, something much more interesting. You'll see. I just need some electric parts. I'll dismantle them for resistors and other useful things.
Ugh, looks like we're gonna get a bunch of missions in this place, I'm guessing, right?
Found in two places. One's an old hardware store on Fitzwilliam Place, near the water tower.
How many years have passed since the idea of an electric fence is new to him? I mean, it's only like what, 2033?
Full of turned
I'm guessing he must have been like a kid when all this went down.
And the other option?
Whatever's left of military patrols. I know of one place south of Horseshoe, near the old electrical substation. Bandits roam in the area, so it's possible there's nothing left.
But there's a lot of people who were like adults at the time, so they should like be like, yeah, that's a common thing, man. You didn't invent it. I have parts, you know. Okay, apparently I got these parts.
Looks like you're in luck after all. I have the parts you need on me.
Good.
Are you serious? That's just fantastic. Heaven must have sent you.
Here.
I don't know how to thank you.
We saved ourselves some time.
One more thing. Could you help me set up my show? My installation's right outside the main entrance. Turn it on, please. I'll go get Alberto. Wait till he sees it. Meet me by the goat pen then, near the wall.
The goat pen. Alright, sure. Fuck, I've been vision. Seems like it's easy to do now that we got the items already. It's been 15 years, yeah. So the guy looks like he's like, you know, definitely in his mid to late 20s. So he's got no excuse for being that dumb. Turn. Time to shock some fucking goats. Investigate. Quest giver. Main. Whoops, I wasn't sure this was not what I wanted to click on.
Dead people.
It says here they're missing.
Same difference.
There are no vehicles in this game except for a paraglider. I know there's like a... Well, you don't get to drive it, but I saw a cutscene of someone in a vehicle.
15 years. Many people disappeared back then. My neighbor lost
No one to
his
make
two
guns
kids.
in this world? That's purely bullshit. Just look at this guy. He can make a gun. I don't know, or at least know of them.
Nobody has the
You can maintain guns too.
photographs down. But it's hopeless. Since there are no night runners, the search always ends.
What's up,
the
Jerusalem? How
same.
you doing? Ask about the night runners.
Those night runners. Tell me about them.
What's there to say? Nearly all of them are dead. When they were around,
Posted a thread on Steam pointing out there are millions of trees on rooftops, and now there are tons of fans defending. How that makes sense now? Or attacking you for being bothered by lack of realism? Well,
including Frank.
That's their problem for being like, you know, willing to accept stuff for no reason.
He was great. Now he drinks himself.
Right, but actually zombies make more sense than a tree growing on top of a building.
Say how much longer he'll be around.
When did all this happen?
A long time ago. Looking at you, you were still a kid yourself. Once upon a time, I came across two of them. Two girls. They were 5 or 6 years old, and it looked like they hadn't eaten for a month.
What were their names?
I don't remember. I threw them some old bread and took off because they were shaking as if they were about to turn.
I'm scared of
Red
children.
eyes,
I thought they might eat me at any moment.
veins. I don't
Just
know
got
what
off
they
work.
were
It's
keeping
freezing down here in Texas. Damn. Thankfully, all I've gotten is rain so far. I'm waiting for it to freeze though. If we get any cold weather. Hopefully, you know, it's not nearly as bad as it was last year for everybody, both Texas and myself included.
Have you heard of kids who were in the GRE tests?
You think anyone's gonna be able to recognize that lost dog that's, you know, panned up over there?
The old, blind,
Even random side quests going forever. Have fun reviewing this footage. Well, I'm not planning to do a lot of side quests.
Some for cash. Others
for this one, I'm gonna mainly stick to the main storyline.
infected. But that was the devil's bargain of Villador. Walled in with the
Because you're Alaskan? Well, yeah, you're built up for it though. Winter ice pipes. You know, probably, you know, gas, heat, instead of electric.
The study was eventually discontinued.
Maybe even a, you know, backup wood stove.
Officially, no one tested on
Yeah.
children.
Mylar blankets
Human
just in case.
Other crap.
And unofficially?
And unofficially, Apparently, some of the kids were taken out of the city. The rest, well, they just scattered around the city, abandoned. If the infected didn't get them, then hunger or darkness did.
This man is still talking. He knows this is his moment, and the only moment he gets. He's like the storyteller NPC.
Where are all these kids at now?
After all those years, most of them are probably dead. If someone got luckier and is still wandering around, they will probably be in the Central Loop. More peacekeepers there. Easier to survive.
Someone must know more.
Why? The past is the past, and there's no point in dredging it back up. Everyone has their own problems. Here and now, Pilgrim. Everyone fights for themselves.
Oh, my time here is done. Let me walk away. Alright, let's go to that hawk. Where's the goat pin at? I need to like see a guy shock some goats. Okay, side quest. Well, since we've already started it. Over there, alright. There's nothing lucky about living in Alabama. Oh well, it's warm all the time. Generally. Mainly. Maybe too warm sometimes. Oh. Whoops. That had to cost you a pretty penny.
How can it be?
Oh. He literally just stuck it on a piece of metal and electrocuted it. Temp has been fluctuating between 28 and 71 degrees for a month. No, it's not always warm. Well, still 71 degrees at this time of year is still pretty nice, if you can get it.
Everything all right?
No, it's grilled. The goat is grilled. I'm such an idiot.
What happened?
I must have overcalculated the voltage.
See? He's useless.
I'm sorry. I don't know how I could get it so wrong.
I told you it would be a waste of time.
Why? I don't think so. This is very... It has big, huge...
You're saying it has potential?
Potential, yes. It could be an effective weapon.
This guy is old enough to clearly know about electricity and electrical fences. Why is he amazed by this?
Just use it on a weapon. It could raise your
Okay, never mind. He wants to like make
against
tasers.
creatures. The brave goat gave its life to science. There's dinner
Can we eat the goat?
for everyone.
It's already half cooked, right?
I take you as and pronounce you.
Well, good job, buddy. You failed upward.
Craftmaster? Really? Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you.
You're a goofy gal. You're a good person, though.
Vincenzo.
That's far more important than anything
I
else.
can't thank you enough. Here, take this. If it's not strong enough, come around to my Craftmaster workshop.
Sure, thanks. Just, watch yourself out there.
What about the goat?
No worries, friend.
We're just not gonna, like, eat it? Let it go to waste? To install a weapon mod, you need to have a blueprint for it. Any required craft parts in the right weapon. Check the number of mod slots on the weapon icon. Best weapons have 3 slots available: grip, shaft, and tip. Sorry, I didn't mean to chuckle. Different mods fit the different slots. Now press I to go to your inventory, choose the right weapon, and press C to modify it.
Apparently there are folks using infected livers for medicine. Oh, disgusting.
My spear just went flying for some reason. Alright, so, alright, crafting, or was it skill? What was it? Inventory? Okay, let's make a machete. Spark, uncommon tip mod. Okay, we got electric one now. No charm socket. This socket can be filled with a charm. Cosmetic items allow you to customize the look of your weapon. So that guy is going to have a sparking box in the dry grass. Yeah, I mean, in this next to this wooden structure. Well, he is a fuck up, so we shouldn't be too surprised. And they're also just not going to eat this goat. I mean, that has to be like worth a fortune in this era, right? It's like a milk-producing like animal, and you can eat. It's got edible meat. Yeah, leave it there. Let it rot. Birds are good. Let's meet some more people. Let's make some friends. The buildings here have enough moisture and nutrients to support trees, so they probably don't burn anyway. Good. That would explain how they can grow the trees on the rooftop. But I gotta think the weight of the trees would probably cause the cave-in as well, the roof.
You look familiar.
Yeah, the guy who almost got hanged.
Why worry? You're standing here, aren't you?
Excuse me?
Look, we had no choice. If you had turned like we thought you were gonna, it would have been a massacre.
I swear to God, Europe has turned into the South America. I don't get this. Why is everyone just like, I'm from Georgia? We're in like Eastern Europe or something, right?
A crowd of people against one infected. Odds were in your favor.
Huh. I see you already got a marker. More time you spend here, more you'll understand.
Maybe this is the way Europeans' accents are like, going now because of the apocalypse. I'm from Poland, you want sweet tea? That's pretty much what it is. Like, everyone's like American Southern instead of being like any form of European. Maybe they're taking that, Georgia, that Eastern Georgia. They got their Georgias confused.
Remember, Pilgrim, you're not what happened to you.
Oh, man. Well, I see a bird, but I can't pull out a weapon to try and kill it, sadly. So I can't check it right now. Hold on a second. Got a text.
I have a cousin there. Have you seen a ginger with a mohawk? Bastard stole my last bottle of water. May Ceres protect our crops from the winter cold.
Hey, stop staring at me.
Okay, good.
Did you know that this city nearly burned to the ground in 1772? Pilgrim.
So is literally everyone, everyone here has been bitten and infected. How do they all suck that much? There has to be someone who doesn't need these bracelets.
Do I know you?
You'd think a ginger with a mohawk would stand out in an Eastern European country. Well, in an actual modern Eastern European country, maybe not, because that might be in style, but in this place.
Barney said if we lose control. Hey, Hangman, how's the neck?
I like the hat.
Very funny.
Let me tell you.
Spent like 3 hours in this game. What are you saying? What am I saying? I'm saying everyone's got like a Southern American accent.
Needless deaths on your conscience?
Despite this being like an Eastern Europe.
Here.
Well, it all worked out, didn't it, Pilgrim? You didn't kill anyone.
Must have been a lot of migration, is all I can say.
Who is Barney?
Everyone knows Barney here.
I don't. Tell me.
Well, wouldn't bother yourself about Barney. He doesn't like nosy people. Liable to piss him off if he finds out. And you don't want that kind of trouble.
When I just said it in the South, that would make these accents would make a lot more sense.
Brother. Some say he's crazy, but he's a pillar.
I guess they wanted like European architecture.
The PKs are afraid of him, and they should be. Barney is no one to fuck with.
Don't fuck with Barney. I play with German audio, so well, obviously not in that case. But if for the American localization of the game, everyone speaks, pretty much everyone so far, except for like a few characters, speaks like they're from American South. It's kind of pronounced and very weird.
Don't recognize me? Or are you allergic to making money?
Even this guy.
Listen, Pilgrim. We can make a killing, you and me. You just need to get me some beets, radishes, parsnips.
There he is. Grab him, Ed. He's a murderer.
What? Julian, Luke's been poisoned. From the water you sold him, Devin says.
What? But I don't sell water.
Liar. Luke told me he got it from you. Whatever's in it has him ranting and raving now.
You sure he didn't blame me after he started renting?
Why is a purple dinosaur so highly regarded? You know, I kind of forgot that I don't really associate Barney with a dinosaur anymore. I associate it with, like, the guy from Half-Life.
I wouldn't call it proof, but he was just trying to rope me into some shady deal.
All I need to know. You're done, Julian.
Oh, wait a minute. Do you have proof?
Of course. The water came in a bottle. Luke got that water in one of your bottles. When I tell Carl about this, you'll hang!
Bevan, wait!
So even in this universe, I mean, this timeline, we have Karens.
If you're lying, Julian, you're fucking toast.
We'll speak to the manager. Doesn't really have much on sale, does he? You got some beets, water, it's apparently poison, pickles, I don't know, cheese? Hard to say. But I guess you got a quest to, like, to prove your innocence, huh?
So then, if you're not selling water, how'd someone get a hold of one of your bottles?
Knowing that shithead Luke, he probably stole it. That would be like him. Even if he did, my water's pure as melted snowflakes.
You sure? How do you store it?
Well, I did pull it out of a car radiator.
There's no way it could become contaminated.
Not a chance. My supplier Marco always has clean water.
So, maybe it's revenge.
Obviously they're racist. What? Because they accuse him of murder?
Wait a second. Wait. Shit. Except maybe...
Melted
Marco.
snowflakes?
That bastard. Come to think of it, he's got an axe to grind for me. It was a long time ago. Never mind.
He doesn't sell water? Yeah, then he mentioned he has a source, so I'm a little confused too.
On Houndfield
Plus,
Lane.
those are clearly water tanks there on his shelf.
Finest flour for the water. Prove he poisoned it, and half my flour is yours.
Flour?
Can you do that for me?
Bacon bread time.
And there's one more thing.
Dude's voice does not match his face. I'm actually wondering if the voice actor is black.
It's water.
I thought you weren't selling it.
I'm not, except, well, to Hans, and can you go warn him? He's also on Houndfield, a few buildings down.
Something's fishy about this, Julian. Look, you better be telling the truth, otherwise it'll be hard to help you.
Yeah, but he doesn't sell water yet. Bunch of water jugs, and then these. It looks like most of your stock is actually just water. And then you got those crystals over there too. So crystals, but I don't sell water.
Stay away from the chemicals, bro. Shit will burn you to the bone.
I like chemicals.
Soldier?
Where's the hug option?
Hey, that's the pilgrim.
Aw. I'm sorry, little drug addict.
Hey, I heard Carl talking about water restrictions last night.
You're a pilgrim, aren't you?
That's right. Do you hang people for that, too?
That's vodka? It doesn't seem like the right container for vodka.
Wanted to say that I was rooting for you.
Uh-huh.
Voiced by a white guy? I mean, maybe they couldn't find a black guy to do a southern accent, I don't know.
I get it. Sarcasm. Look, it's not that easy to go against the crowd.
Sure.
I know people are scared of pilgrims sometimes, but... Shit. You survived outside the walls. It had to be something.
Every container is for vodka. Wade? Oh, he got... merchants allow you to buy craft parts and new weapons and other items, as well as sell valuables and unwanted loot you collect. However, you have the most powerful weapons, so visit them often to increase your combat strength. You can find merchants in all the main hubs, as well as inside facilities and settlements. So we can buy decoy and mines. We got the bomber. Low health damage bonus? Okay. Is that like a... What is this? Has no C4 inside, but can still do harm. Hook stick. How much does this cost? Do I like... What do I... It needs 813 coins. I can't buy any of this. Maybe I can sell... I got a couple pipes on me we don't need. shitty table leg. There we go. He's got clothes like, wow, everything is so expensive though, Jesus. Buddy, lower your prices. Can anyone afford this stuff? Guess they really expect you to loot a lot in this game, don't they? You can't, like, buy money in this game using real money, can you? Temporarily push your body to its limits. Why is there a call for help button in the lower help? I don't know. Distress call. Maybe it's like for multiplayer? Oh shit, I didn't want to activate that if so.
Hey there.
Craft masters allow you to buy and upgrade blueprints. Upgrading blueprints makes the items you create from them more powerful. To upgrade a blueprint, bring the required items to a craft master and exchange them for a blueprint upgrade. Items used for blueprint upgrades can be looted from special infected, which are easier to find at night and are marked on the map with an icon. Alright, can't afford anything. Empowerment, common grip mod, makes your weapon heavier, increasing its damage. That would be like most of my money to buy that one thing. I can upgrade your blueprint if you bring infected trophies, huh? Also, yes, you did just enable multiplayer mode. How do I turn that off? I don't want anyone interrupting right now. Is there really no way of turning it off? Signing with Epic Games. Oh. Yeah, distress. Yeah, how do I stop it though? I don't see an option to like back out. Don't think you can, really? By options? I mean, anything there earlier? Online game type single player, call for help, search and rescue. Call for help, search and rescue sets the game to automatically look for other sessions using, voice chat. Option is not available in single, okay. Okay. I guess I'm in single player, so it doesn't matter. Public, define, okay, private. Friends only. Single player. Let's see, I'll set it to like, that way I can keep anyone from stopping. There we go. That should do it. I'm being anti-social gamer right now. Could be my new YouTube channel.
Hey, stop staring at me.
Don't flatter yourself, lady.
Got a gig as a finisher tomorrow. Someone's got to take care of the fighters roaming the streets around the bazaar at dawn.
Still shows up as enabled? I have no idea.
We should be getting ready for winter.
Well, there's children in this game, and he's like standing weirdly. I show him who's boss, kid, with your hands weirdly splayed out. Must be a Euro thing.
Back off, kid.
Hmm? Watching this game has reminded me of the saying, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Where's that saying come from?
I can't promise that.
Okay, this takes you out of here, I think. I guess we need to go to the second floor. He's been in the rap game. This kid is like the most interesting NPC possible now. He's just standing here like surveying the place. Like, yeah, these mob bitches.
Fuck me, people will always complain. We're alive, and that's what counts.
Just menacing everyone. Like, nope. That's my stash. Okay, it's the sleeping place. Tape. There aren't really many NPCs to meet here. Meet the people at the bazaar. I'm trying to, but no one's left. The game demands I socialize in, but it ain't like finding anyone.
Take my advice. Leave this city before you get trapped here for good. Our water. Nobody's doing anything about it. Such a shame.
I guess.
Hey, you got a problem?
Stop staring at me.
Who amongst you is like a friendly soul who will talk to me and let me finish this quest? I guess it wants me to do that guy's mission, maybe?
You know how I cope with all of this? I have a secret out of here, please. Rooftops where I grow poppies.
These guys don't say anything.
My wares are top quality. Hey, you got a problem?
Alright. Do we even have time to do this guy's mission? One is a disturbing poison water at the bazaar. Find Marco, the water supplier. Find Hans, the hunter, before he drinks the poison water. Have we done these ones? Right, do cheers then. I was trying to let... to get here, Hakan and I had to find... thanks to the biomarker, I finally got into the bazaar. Well, you know, this is my main objective, but I can't find who I need to talk to. I'd like to, like, finish this one up. There's apparently one... I'm guessing there's, like, one person left to meet. Oh, wait a minute. That's a tape. I don't know if there'd be anyone outside or not.
I'm not doing that much better.
Have you made up with your brother yet?
They removed... They still have not moved the goat.
Have you decided to do and your brother?
Don't mention him.
Sometimes I wake up at night and forget the fall even happened. That's about the only time I smile.
Guessing you need to get back to the search area? Yeah. Well, it says I'm still inside the quest area right now, actually. See at the top?
My pal Steve put on a biomarker he hacked off an infected.
It's inside. If I go outside, I'm probably like, nope, quest marker, no longer in quest area. Yep, see, then disappears if you go out. Jimmy, have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. How about one of you folks?
Stay safe out there.
You don't discreetly kill a military leader.
Whoever killed him must have been very strong.
Or there was a group.
So it couldn't have been a coincidence.
What if the peacekeepers are killing one another?
That doesn't seem likely.
Why not? Anyone can piss anyone else.
Yeah, I'm getting a little annoyed.
Nah, the peacekeepers are too disciplined for that.
Like, I need to meet the people of the bazaar. There's no one left to meet. Does someone know who I'm missing? Did you talk to Carlos? I mean, which one was Carlos? I mean, I'm looking. If you can talk to someone, it gives you like the F, option. But I'm not getting any with anyone left. You do have to complete their side quest. Well, I was hoping to like pick up the next one, but I guess maybe that is what I gotta do. I don't know. It says like this mission is still going. I don't think I have time tonight to finish this guy's side quest because it has 2 different locations I need to go to.
I guess.
There's no one left here to talk to. Maybe most people in the underground store were... Is this Z statues? Okay, I'm stuck.
I'd love to meet up with you. Tomorrow works.
Alright. Yeah, I think there's like no one left to talk to. I've been thorough enough. Been thorough.
the assholes that hijacked our lawyer.
I'm not liking this new, like, RPG socializing it expects me to do. No, I actually want to wait till night. Did you undo the dumb side quest with the electric vents? Yeah, I did that one. I guess that skull meter at the top also tells you how long you have before you, like, go, like, monster. Is it, like, instant game over? Yeah, well, it has to be, right? Maybe you, like, do that? We don't want to go out at nighttime. Get to do Julian's quest to proceed. Oh, I figured as much, but I thought maybe there'd, like, another one I could find and, like, pick it up first. But maybe that happens after you do that. However, that will have to wait till tomorrow, I think, because I don't think I got time to, like, do it tonight without going well over. Unfortunately. Just those two? Oh.
When are you getting married?
But that'll wait for tomorrow, though, I think. Yeah, that's a good stopping point, I suppose. How do you not know what an electric fence is? People here aren't too bright. So, chat. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a much longer stream than normal. I'm going to be starting probably either at 7 or 6 p.m. Because we get a lot of games to get through this month, so I can't just do 4-hour streams back-to-back. Gotta do like 6 to 5-hour streams. Get through this stuff a bit faster. So, if you get time, stop by and say hi. I'd much appreciate it. But I thank you all for being here tonight. You've been wonderful. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Thank you for any bits, subs, or gift subs as well. Also, thank you to the mod team. And thanks for everyone being super chill. But as for now, I'm gonna go to bed and pray my electricity stays on if we get bad weather while I'm asleep. Let's hope so. Hey, Blue Josh, how you been? Hope you've been well. Stay human, I will stay. I will. Well, some would argue I'm not even right now. More than a man. Alright, so, yeah. That's it for me. You guys have a good night. Stay safe with the weather getting weird out tonight. And I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. If I'm not streaming tomorrow, assume my power is out. Alright, later.